Okay, well, Model 3 dude's here, so we can get started. Model 3 dude, good evening. And good evening, everybody. Lynn and Ron. So, what's up? What's new, Scott? I haven't even touched the sewing machine. Haven't even touched it. Haven't touched it once. I just now brought it in from my car yesterday. So, um, yeah, never waited this much on a man in my entire life. Well, there's a first for everything, Lynn. First for everything. And not another blowout, although we did have a blowout this week. Yeah, that sucked. Was that Thursday evening? Ugh, terrible. So, no, we have our spare on the one that blew out. So, um, can't can't really drive it till I get new tires because I don't have another spare, and I just don't want to get caught like I got caught in the market this week. But anyway, we won't get there. We will not get there. Um, Opening a sweatshop. No, I found a sewing machine at a thrift shop um, for a few bucks, and I haven't had one since she took the last one. So you know how that goes. So anyway, and then started out with having to fix the dryer, the clothes dryer. Started out, having to fix the dryer. Had to get the part. Got the part. Put on the part. Fix the dryer. But then, I mean, it was just one thing after another. Then it was an issue with the sump pump. Then it was an issue with the well pump. And it just, you know, and then and then so, and then the same day later after work is when the blowout happened. So, and then I forgot that it was Memorial Day weekend, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because then I remembered it and I was like, thank God, thank fuck. Anyway, so all of this just to say, I haven't looked at any of this shit this week. I haven't looked at a goddamn thing. I have not looking. I was dealing with life. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I told my girlfriend. It's always just one thing after another. But luckily, I'm a problem solver and I thrive on these types of things. It's exciting to me. Um, and it's nice to, save the day too. So anyway, but yeah, it was life and I was dealing with it, prepping me for a pump and dump. Well, uh, well, to that I say, um, if we haven't seen the pump yet, if we're still waiting to see the pump, oh shit. Holy shit. Now, dump I can get behind. Dump I can get behind. But anyway, I haven't looked at any of this stuff really. I've seen a couple things I wanted to watch, but I've been saving them. So, but, but, um, just like serendipitously here, um, we have a news update right here. AMC News Today, so we'll get that one going. And look at this. Where is it? Professor Mike is asking why in 2+ years they have not investigated the manipulation. I mean, we have some opinions on that. We have some opinions on that. 73% short volume. Do shorts have complete control? Well, ay. Citadel will get bailed out before going bankrupt from Scavenger. Okay. Why would Citadel need to get bailed out? By the way, why would Citadel need to get bailed out? It makes no sense. None. Great. Hedgies have huge problems. Oh, I'm sure they do. You know what? They do have, they do. They have too much money. Citadel will go, here it is. Citadel will go bankrupt next week. Credit rating cut. The squinty fuck, Thomas James. I mean, shit. I'm gonna have to watch this. I really don't want to. But Citadel going bankrupt next week. Huh. Crazy. Short interest exploding record high today. I have to look into that and see if that's true. Who is this? Palto MJ. It's Showtime AMC chart. So a video that was posted 13 hours ago and had 14 views. It has had 14 views. It shows up in this list of search results, but my videos and my streams don't. Now explain that one to me, YouTube. The postcard nightmare could bring a share count. Oh God. CSI with the brain dead fucking takes. Yeah, it'll bring a share count. Mm-hmm. Just like everything else. Yeah, isn't that funny? Right here, this contradiction. Citadel will get bailed out before going bankrupt. So he's saying they're not going to go bankrupt, they're going to get bailed out. Then Thomas Fuck here says Citadel will go bankrupt next week. What a bunch of idiots. I mean, if it were possible, like if we could induce like a Max Payne situation where both of these guys were wrong, like Citadel doesn't go bankrupt next week, but then they go bankrupt the following week. It's like Max Payne. They're both wrong. They both lose. Okay. Let me see here. Shit. I mean, this stuff. Okay. Postcard nightmare. Have the short AMC shorts finally closed. I mean, it looks like they're using Chat GPT, possibly. Yep. Talking to Chat GPT. Homemade caramel corn. AMC caramel corn. Oh, that's a fantastic recipe. Wow. Share that with your family. AMC is not dead, just hodl on AMC GME technical analysis. This was posted in Telegram, I believe, or one of them was. I'm going to go grab it from there because I think that it was, and we got some other things in there too. So, all right, we're going to get started here. But before we do, this one is for the apes. Okay, this one is for the apes. And I'll tell you, this is something that not in this form, not this video, but this is something that I um, uh, well, something I realized at some point, okay? Something I realized, and I don't know. I've always liked Steve Harvey, so here you go. Um, I don't know how the volume's going to be. I might have to adjust this. Oh, we have nothing. How about that? The fuck? Hmm, we have nothing. Ah, that's why. You'll never succeed more than you fail. You will never succeed unless you fail. Is my addition. Oh my God. See, I'm failing. All this failing. What the fuck? Oh, come on. Well, right.
Part of the process to becoming successful.
What the hell? Well, this is disappointing. Okay, so we'll get it. Uh, it also doesn't help that I've been moving my streaming setup around from to different rooms, different areas. because of other things that are happening and that I have to take care of. So it's yeah, it's been a bit of a nope. Oh my God. Well, production value. Yeah, the production value right now is shit. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell is happening, except, you know, typical stuff. What the heck? Hmm. Okay, hang on 1 second. You know it, Ron. You know it. I mean, that's got to be what it is.
The greatest basketball player in the world. He took
Okay, I can see that it's coming through there, but I'm not hearing it. Why not?
946
God damn. Now I can't hear it. Son of a fucking bitch.
game-winning shots. 946 times since he was in high school.
Nope. Wow.
The ball has been...
Okay, so I guess I'll listen to it on my fucking speakers. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I turned it down. Sorry, guys. It's ridiculous. I know. Let's try this.
in his hand to take the
Nope. Okay. Now, don't you love how, you know, with Windows and don't even say get a Mac, okay? I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because these problems happen on Macs too. Don't you love it how on a computer you use a USB device today, plug it in, it works, great. Unplug it, move the computer, move the laptop, plug it in tomorrow, and it doesn't work. I mean, Jesus Christ. Thanks, Model 3 dude. Oh, come on with all this Mac shit. No. I'll go bankrupt before I get another Mac. And coincidentally, I'll go bankrupt if I get another Mac. So I don't have money for that. Now what in the hell? I gotta fucking bullshit. Oh, maybe I just figured it out.
Game-winning shot with no time on the clock.
No, of course it
He
didn't.
has only made 100.
Why in the world would I have figured it out?
46 of those.
Okay. Okay, now I did.
But he has made...
All right. Let's start this over. I mean, of course, the entire effect has been ruined now. But anyway, here we go.
Succeed more than you fail. That's not how it works. You know why? Because failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful. I tell people this all the time. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in the world, he took 946 game-winning shots. 946 times since he was in high school, the ball has been in his hand to take the game-winning shot with no time on the clock. He has only made 146 of those.
This reminds me of, you know, what I've heard about trading and investing. I've heard Ken Griffin say, in fact, that like the best traders at Citadel, you know, in like the proprietary trading and whatnot, basically they have a win rate of like 51%, 52%, and that's good. So there's a lot of failure involved. And I mean, I'm just thinking about the last couple weeks for me. Shit, I should be one of the best traders in the world at this point.
He has missed over 700 times, but he has made 146. You know what they write about? When he make it. They write about when you make it. So guess what? When you get through failing, all you got to do is make one. Shit, who you know that gets it right all the time? That's impossible. You have to fail.
Ask Carl Icahn.
Be glad about it. Every time you fail, you're one step closer.
Boom. I mean, that would be something that the apes could, you know, think about. Because I've said this before, I'll say it again. They have a fantastic opportunity in front of them. One of the, like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I mean, you don't screw up this bad this often or ever, right? I mean, when was the last time you made a mistake like this? I don't know. Crazy. All right, here we go. Stocks and crypto creep. Let's go.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. Today I'm talking about AMC stock, and we're going to take a live look at the news for AMC right now. Currently, AMC is featuring a few new movies. As you can see here, Spider-Man cartoon, June 2nd. That's what they're featuring right now. But what I want to point my attention to is Adam Aron's tweet, his latest tweet, where he is talking about Charles V. Payne from Fox Business.
Oh, Charles V. Payne. Oh, yeah, right. You know, he was fined for something. I forget what it was. Securities fraud or something like that. Anyway.
Payne here said the dead industry that refuses
he got in trouble.
To die, dead, quote unquote. I'm going to the movies this weekend. How about you? And it shows the domestic box office through May 18th, 2023 at $2.9 billion, almost $3 billion. So year to date through.
Oh boy, the domestic box office.
Impressive.
Where everybody knows that that's where all of the theaters make all of their money. They make all of their money on the box office, on the ticket sales. Like, who fucking cares about the domestic fucking box office? If that's the case, then why do you have some theater operators that are doing better than others? Among other reasons, the domestic box office is out of their hands. That's what's given to them. It's the other shit, the shit that has like thousands of % of markup on it. Their shitty chicken nuggets and all that. That's where they make their money. The margin's not anywhere close on ticket sales. What did Model 3 dude say it was once? Like 45% at the beginning when the movie comes out? Anyway, but, you know, again, is it surprising that Charles V. Payne would tweet some irrelevant shit? Yeah, I fixed the ID10T error. And it was ID10T all the way. Yep.
And you can see that 2021 and 2022 were significantly less. So we're trending at the right.
Oh my God, why?
As movie revenue income, this is very good for the movie business and AMC.
Who cares about the fucking movie business? I mean, can we be honest? Who fucking cares?
Pain. We still have a healthy.
Saying that you want Hollywood to make more money is like saying you want Wall Street to make more money. I mean, it's ridiculous. All these people celebrating this corporate corporatism. I mean, it's fucking sick, to be honest. Anyway,
us to get back
god
to
damn,
pre-pandemic levels.
fucking
We are a
stupid.
very resilient and resourceful bunch. At least at AMC Entertainment, we are. We will continue to fight as hard as we can to someday make COVID just an ancient memory. I don't like to hear anything Adam Aaron has to say. I don't trust him even 1%. We could have a very strong company right now. We could be out of debt. Our stock could be super high, but it's not because of Adam Aaron playing games with us. And he's working.
Well, that's bullshit, because you guys were the ones who refused to allow the company to sell shares in 2021 when the stock was way overvalued and they could have raised all that money. It was you guys, the shareholders. They're the ones, you're the ones who voted no. Well, you said you were going to vote no. And then Adam Aaron, in some kind of fucked up, show of solidarity, canceled the vote measure. Whatever. But it was up to you, the shareholders, and you said no. We want our squeeze. And by saying that, you deprived yourself of a squeeze. I'm not saying it would have happened otherwise, but I mean, come on. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. You got to be kidding me with this shit. I mean, the problem now is we're getting so far away. We're 2 years away from that, from 2021. We're coming up on it. And, this whole thing has been a game of telephone the whole time. But now imagine a 2 years long game of telephone that didn't even have the correct information to start when you started 2 years ago playing this game of telephone. So now, I mean, it's just complete, it's gaslighting, it's revisionist history, it's a bunch of bullshit. I mean, nobody is accurately recalling what happened. And there are very good reasons for them not to do that. But anyway, yeah, what a clown. I mean, what is up with that mini mic? I have no idea. Roommate doesn't trust the FDA. Must be a trend. Do not trust those who know more than you do. Well, if you have narcissistic personality traits, that's all I'm going to say.
Working for Citadel, in my opinion. He's working for Citadel.
No.
Okay.
Okay. He's working for Citadel. I wonder what his job title is. I wonder what his role is. He's a goddamn CEO of a company. But he works for Citadel. Sure, he works for Citadel. I mean, this is the most childish, ridiculous shit ever. Let's make up a bad guy. Okay? Let's make up a bad guy and blame everything on him, because that's something that our simple, undeveloped, juvenile brains can understand. That's what you got here. When you blame everything on Ken Griffin, by the way, it's Ken Griffin with an N, not Ken Griffith with a TH. So if you can't even say the fucking guy's name right, maybe, just maybe, you don't know what the fuck you were talking about. Listen.
With us, and he's working for Citadel. In my opinion, he's working for Citadel. Ken Griffith, okay? And they work very closely with BlackRock. And they working for Citadel. Ken Griffith, okay?
Ken Griffith.
They work very closely with BlackRock.
Yeah. Next thing, we're going to find out that he's fucking related to Andy Griffiths. Anyway, boy, I mean, come on. This is like, I can't. Jesus Christ. Okay.
And as I showed you in a previous video, they installed Adam Aaron of a CEO of a shell company in the Cayman Islands. There's proof of it. It's not an opinion. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's proof.
What? Okay. What was that? Conspiracy theory? Okay. People misspeak. I misspeak too. But there's a difference between, your mouth isn't isn't doing what your brain is telling it to do. And there's a difference between that and your brain telling your mouth to do stupid shit like spew verbal diarrhea. And that's what this guy's doing. It's ridiculous. Yes, installed him like an appliance, and if he breaks, I kind of expect them to call me to fix it because it seems like that's an inside type. Anyway,
So why would Ken Griffin and Citadel
oh, he said it right there.
CEO of a shell company in the Cayman Islands? Have you watched that video that I did? Just go to my channel and find it. Okay? But that's the proof that you need to know that Adam Aaron
No.
is really controlled.
I mean, if somebody tells you, oh, you know, did you watch the video on my channel where I give the proof that you need? Yeah, no, 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 no. That's not how it works. Okay? Like, that's just not how it works at all.
Now, regardless of him being controlled or not, I'm thinking in a very positive way. We can win this upcoming court case.
Here we go.
It can be ruled as illegal. And if the judge does that,
Ain't gonna happen.
Judge Zern, if she does that, we're going to get a short squeeze to the moon on AMC. Ape's going to go down. And who knows what else that will do as far as potential lawsuits against Ape and the money they stole from us, forcing us to have Ape and losing 40% of our AMC value because of.
Okay, sure. I don't even, you know, it's like I'm staying hopeful. I'm staying positive. So this is that paradox. This is that paradoxical hope that they have. Yes, it's all controlled, blah, blah, blah. And Adam Aaron's a puppet, you know, and yeah, they're shorting it into the ground, but they can't do it forever. But we will prevail. Yeah, you've given no actual reasons why that's even like a possibility. No, you will not prevail. You've already failed, and you could be learning something. You could already be at the part where you've already you know, realized that you lost and been pissed off and then sad and got that false hope a little bit, and then finally, you know, come to terms with all the stages of whatever grief that don't happen necessarily in a linear progression. You could already have moved on to something else. You could be learning something from this now, but instead you're saying that yeah, the judge is going to say that this thing that the parties have fucking agreed on a settlement about, they have already fucking agreed on a settlement. Now, it hasn't been, you know, but the parties of the lawsuit have agreed on a settlement. And you think the judge is just going to come in and say, oh, you know what? No, I don't care if you guys agreed to this. The whole thing's illegal. Go fuck yourself. What a fucking brain dead Muppet. No.
Ape, they forced on us that we didn't even want. We lost 40% of our AMC.
Yeah, you should have allowed the company to do what they needed to do to raise fucking money in 2021. I mean, this whining is just, I mean, this is fucking whiny bullshit. And yeah, I'm thinking I need to restart that Teespring shop. Failed to prevail, MOAS 2023. Failed to prevail, MOAS 2024. 2025 could be like 2023 is crossed out, and then 2024 is underneath it, and then 2024 is crossed out, and 2025 is underneath it. That's just what I'm imagining there, but I like it. I just, you know, I need a producer here to do that, some of this shit. Like the whole decade, yeah. It's like the Trump cards, the Trump trading card, NFT trading cards, worthless. Okay.
Value day one when they gave us that Ape worthless garbage. So that's what he says there. Let's take a look at what
he's big mad.
Top trends for AMC 6 hours ago. Someone's talking about a remodel of an AMC.
Oh boy.
We saw Adam Aaron's tweet. It looks like
Oh, Vin Diesel. Oh, cool. Vin Diesel.
Aaron tweeted recently today. Vin Diesel, Fast Furious franchise star, popped by our AMC Empire 25 in Manhattan to greet fans set to watch his latest action-packed Fast X. A total surprise to the moviegoer.
Oh.
Who no surprise went nuts. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
No, that's kind of cool.
Right below that, AMC to the Moon says,
You fucking little. Oh, you know what? Let me, yeah.
You're being a little bitch.
Thanks, Charles.
Citadel is the
I
most
agree.
corrupt company in America. I love it. What else we got on AMC over here? Wow.
I love it too. Citadel's the most corrupt company in America. Right, okay. Because they make so much money. Or something, because, you know, whatever. Because how dare they execute the orders that I submit to my broker? You know, God damn it. I didn't say to fill that order. What the fuck are you talking about? And if you don't like it, then stop using the goddamn platforms that use Citadel. Stop using the platforms. Use something else. Figure it out. But like, it is completely and utterly retarded to, on one hand, sit here and say, I hate Ken Griffith. Citadel's the most corrupt company ever to ever exist. And blah, blah, blah. Fuck Citadel. And they have all these securities sold and not yet purchased and blah, 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 even though their financial statements were audited. Oh my God, it's crime. And on the other hand, use fucking Robinhood. Use fucking Webull. Use all these payment for order flow brokerages, which, just for the record, I don't care. I use all of them too. But who cares? Who fucking cares? When you have to blame somebody else for your mistakes because you literally cannot even acknowledge that you fucked up, I guess that's what you have to do. Give me a fucking break. Okay.
This bullish ape guy is buying AMC shares like crazy. You bought AMC shares, $32,000 worth on February 6th. Another 16K.
I mean, look at that. Holy fuck.
10K, another 6K.
If it's real. Wow. If it's real.
Whew. Okay.
Yeah, that's dumb, isn't it? Seeing it like that, he wanted to say, boy, that's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. But he couldn't say that. Eric, how you doing? That dude on the screen said in the video that God sent him to save apes from Adam Aaron. What kind of person does that? Yeah, I think Lynn says it here best. The one in the throes of psychosis or some, mental health crisis. I mean, the real mental health crisis will kick in when they realize, you know what? I'm never getting that money back. I done fucked up. Napoleon Dynamite Junior. Right.
4 days ago, this is one of the top tweets on AMC. According to court docs, Ursa Fund Partners LP, a hedge fund that holds a short position on AMC Entertainment, has submitted a letter to the courts requesting the denial of the settlement and opposing the implementation of the reverse split. Wow, how interesting is that, guys?
Wow. Oh yeah.
And conversion.
Sounds like Ursa is scared.
Hey, I love it, but why would they do that? We need to look into that, friends. Ursa Partners.
So first of all, how does it, who is this? Unusual idiot? No, investor turf. Oh, I love this now. Investor fucking turf. Investor turd. Investor tard. Like these people who publicly had a spat with Citadel, but I wonder whatever happened with that. Like he didn't sound like he was backing down. He didn't sound like he was backing down on that. Which means he's probably like 18 years old and whatever. Anyway, because he's got his, principles. And he's a shithead. So a hedge fund that holds a short position on AMC. First of all, how do we know that they hold a short position on AMC? That's not reported. Maybe you know that they have put options, but that doesn't necessarily, that's not, they could have sold those. They could have sold puts. But anyway, put options, it's not the same thing. It's not short selling. It doesn't require borrowing shares. It's not the same thing. It profits from the decline in the price. That's about it in terms of being the same. But I'm curious how he knows that they have a short position. I haven't looked it up, but how do you know that? Number one. Number two, this clown here, stocks and crypto creep, he opposes the settlement and the reverse split and conversion. So I just think it's interesting and ironic maybe or something that he's siding actually with a short seller who in their fucked up conception of everything are like spawned from the devil. So what does that tell you? I don't know. George Bush Jr. Once said that God told him to run for president. God told him to run for. Oh yeah, okay, I do. I think I remember that. Yeah, guys, interesting. Let's look into it and make shit up. Exactly. They can't admit they fucked up in this late stage. So they have to craft alternative realities to use as a lifeline. Total void of critical thinking. Oh my God, yeah. Is that a ceiling fan? Is it? Watching it does make me. I mean, that, you know what? That is an interesting byproduct from this. Because if you need some confidence, just watch one of my streams and realize how retarded you aren't. Realize how foolish you aren't. Yeah, it's a good point. A great point.
Why would they do that? We need to look into that, friends. Ursa Fund Partners, okay? Abraham here says, breaking news, Antara and Citi hold the biggest put positions. Huh.
The biggest put. Oh, it says it right there. Antara and Citi hold the biggest put position. Oh, okay. That's not who we're talking about here. And who cares about a put position? Okay, whatever. These people are stupid.
Mixed reviews on that, friends. We'll see. That's about it as far as I have here for AMC news. Take a look at the latest news. I don't see much action here on the latest news. It is a holiday weekend, of course. So that's pretty much it, friends. I appreciate you all. Hit like, subscribe, add notifications, share it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a video for you very soon.
Okay. Nah, right. Okay.
What's up, guys?
All right. So now we have Professor Mike. Professor Mike's here to explain why in 2+ years they have not investigated the manipulation. And, this could be done in 10 seconds. This could be a 10-second video. Actually, it could be 8 seconds. But instead, he makes it 4 minutes and 52 seconds. I could do it in the remaining 8 seconds. That would take it up to 5 minutes. But whatever. So what do you got for us, Professor?
Make this short. I know a lot of us, well, shoot, I want to say just about everybody has been calling for some kind of action, wanting to know how do we expose the shorts, how do we expose the corruption of what everyone, or not everyone, what a lot of people, majority of everyone I ever knew.
That's a lot of qualification there. I mean, that is a lot of, not everybody. Okay, so you're full of shit, okay? First of all, you're full of shit. We got that. Oh my God, what a shit show. Listen to this. Let's go back to the top.
What's up, guys? Gonna make this short. I know a lot of us, well, shoot, I want to say just about everybody has been calling for some kind of action, wanting to know how do we expose the shorts, how do we expose the corruption of
expose the short, expose the corruption.
Everyone or not everyone.
Well, for what everyone, well, not everyone. Yeah. I mean,
what a lot of people, majority of everyone I ever knew, wanted to see happen with the billions of synthetic shares that we all believe in, or some of you probably maybe don't believe in anymore. But
why?
The corruption that's happening on the stock. And for countless ages.
But the corruption that's happening on a stock that was artificially inflated to like 36 times more than what it was actually valued at in terms of the performance of the company. Okay. And then you're pissed that it didn't remain incredibly overvalued because, yeah, that's what stocks do. They go to an overvalued level and they stay there forever. Okay. But see, you didn't know that because you haven't fucking traded before. So why can't I sell it for the same price that it was on June 2nd, 2021? Why can't I sell it for that same price now? Right. Meanwhile, well, anyway, let's just continue.
You know, the corruption that's happening on the stock. And for countless ages, people.
Oh, yeah. And then, you know, as time goes on, of course, the stock price corrects. It equilibrates back to, you know, something that more closely reflects the fundamental reality. I'm not even going to say the fundamentals, but the reality of the company that it supposedly represents. And you don't understand why it can't be, you know, wildly overinflated and overvalued the way it was in 2021, in 2023, when the complete economic landscape is different. And I guess we've just forgot about inflation because AI is going to save us from inflation, apparently. The AI mania is going to save us from inflation by inflating all of these garbage tech stocks. And yes, I said garbage. When you realize that Nvda thinks that well, I don't know if they think it, but they said it, that they are going to do $11 billion next quarter alone. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mike, why don't you call for an investigation of Nvda, the Nvda CEO, for putting out that garbage guidance, which is not that far off from the garbage guidance they gave at the end of last year on the fucking metaverse. And how did that pan out? See, these people have to understand that, you know, most of this shit is bullshit. Most of it's bullshit. And you have to know that going in. If you try to say, oh, but there's this many shares and the price should be this and da 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 da. No, you can't do that. It's not how it works. It's just, you know, you are going to lose. All right. Anyway, sorry. Fuck AI, by the way. This bubble is going to burst so massively and so spectacularly. I can't wait. Cannot wait. I may not even be trading on it. I may not make a dime off of that collapse, but holy shit. Holy fucking shit. All right. Yeah, I'm a bear. So fucking sue me.
You know, the corruption that's happening on the stock. And for countless ages, people had said, Adam, do something about it. Higher share Intel. Freaking do something, right? To the point where people had to create conspiracies around his tweets that he's doing something about it. He's secretly helping us behind closed doors. That was the trend line. That was the storyline. We find out. We know that's not true. And he never wanted to do anything. And you guys remember the whole FINRA thing. He supposedly called the FINRA in the New York Stock Exchange to find out why AMC's on the threshold list for 26 days. What was crazy, though, the day after the vote, all of a sudden they're not on the threshold list. But yet we still have record FTD highs, right? Makes no sense, but it makes sense now, especially after hearing the audio, and you're going to hear some more here. Just a consistent reminder, because there are new people that listen to the channel, or new people that hear, you know, that come in and they need to hear some of these things. And I just asked it, why won't he fight back? Well, he won't fight back because he doesn't believe they exist. That's all there is to it. And why would he try to go after something if he doesn't believe it exists? Or somebody's a puppet and they're controlling. I feel like maybe the government's involved. Maybe it's worse than we think it is. Or we're all wrong. millions of us are wrong. All the data and everything we see is not manipulation at all. And I keep trying to just show people, because look, man, you're gonna believe in and worship and hold this person up so high of a level, but yet, what does this person say and do behind closed doors? I mean, it's just, there's too much out there that shows different. So hate me for it, but it's not me that said it. 4.6 million average failure delivers on a given day.
I mean, doesn't that mean that yeah, yeah. No, don't be sorry. Do not be sorry. He's a fucking moron. No question about it. And you know, we're just trying to expose that. He just contradicted himself with the whole millions of people, and then we're all crazy. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I've been saying this since 2021, July of 2021, that um, the thought. How can the thought not even cross your mind? How can you not even consider the fact that you might be wrong? I mean, I second guess myself all the fucking time in everything. I mean, is it like, did they just send postcards to every narcissistic person in the country and say, here, buy this? And it's just like a, you know, convention of fucking people with, or what? And postcards, very, you know, intentional. But I like, okay. And then expecting the CEO to take actions to bring about a short squeeze in their own fucking stock. I mean, and this is by a bunch of fucking people, a bunch of gamblers, who the only reason that they were even able to do this is because of the ridiculous COVID stimulus reaction by the Fed. If it had been any normal time, absolutely not, because people would have had to do things like, oh, I don't know, pay bills off of their paycheck to paycheck shitty, you know, income. I mean, and it's their first fucking time trading and experiencing something like this. So it was their first time. It was their first fucking time. And now, you know, all of a sudden they're, you know, whoever, insert the name of your favorite porn star. They went from being a virgin to being a professional. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here.
You know, AMC on a threshold for 26 days, which is almost second to GME. Does that not give you any red flags that there might be some type of manipulation?
That's why we call the New York Stock Exchange, and that's what we call pinning.
But do you really feel like a phone call is good enough?
Yes.
But what
would you have us do?
I mean, filing a complaint, you know, to have them
filing a complaint,
report back off a case number, I think would be ideal, but something that would be, here's what I would expect, right? So just to be blatant with you, if you were to go onto it and say, hey, we filed a complaint, we're FINRA. This is the case number.
We didn't file a complaint. Yeah. We asked them to look into our trading, which is exactly what I said on Twitter. Yeah. And if they found anything irregular, to let us know. And that's exactly what they're going to do. There is no such thing as a case number and a complaint number. That's not how you do it. You call the New York Stock Exchange. You call FINRA.
So no case number and nothing else more to that. Okay.
God,
But where did you come up with case numbers?
I only say that.
Reddit.
If you were going to report something, typically they would take down your contact information.
They took down our contact information.
And they would create a case and they would
look
at it
and
and report
no,
back.
No, they wouldn't. No, they don't. We talked to them. They're looking at it.
Right.
If they see anything inappropriate, they'll follow up. That's their job.
Aaron, I got to say, I love y'all to all dance. Adam, sorry, Adam. I know I tried.
Adam.
You know,
He called him Adam. He called him Aaron.
Movement for a lot of people. And
I can't listen to this fucking shit again. We already listened to all that. It's so stupid. Whoever that person is, that person's probably on the fucking take. I don't understand. I don't understand why Adam Aaron would even give that guy the time of fucking day after he asked him the dumbass questions that he asked. Holy shit. Okay. Oh man, I'm already fucking fired up. And now we got fucking Tommy Jim here. And I remember, and I do recall on, I think it was Friday morning, Tom Keene on Bloomberg Surveillance did mention Ken Griffin. But it wasn't, I don't think it was anything bad. Anyway.
Today, I want to talk about how Citadel could go bankrupt as early as next week.
Yeah, right.
Rescued back in 2020 from a bad bond trade. And Citadel has just placed that exact same bond trade once again, just this time with even more leverage. So stay tuned and let's make some money. Now I'll dive straight in with the key information. So, we know that Citadel has been using leverage and has done since their inception. Usually Citadel ranges from between 5-1 and a 7-1 leverage ratio.
If you were writing a paper, okay, follow me here. If you were writing a paper for a college class and you wanted to say, include in your paper this kind of stuff right here.
So, we know that Citadel has been using leverage and has done since their inception. Usually Citadel ranges from between 5-1 and a 7-1 leverage ratio.
If you want to indicate something like that in your paper, that is a perfect example of information that needs to be sourced. You need to tell me where you found out that Citadel does blah, 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 blah leverage. I don't know that. Most people don't know that. It's not common knowledge. That needs to be sourced. Nothing is sourced. There's no link to any source in this description. There's nothing that comes up on screen. He doesn't indicate it. Well, maybe he does. We haven't listened to all of it. But no, this absolutely is perfect example of where you need a source, a citation, a footnote, an endnote. You need to tell us how you know this. Otherwise, maybe you just made it up. How do we know? Okay, but this shit drives me nuts because these guys are they're either obviously uneducated. And if it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. Okay. So I'm not going to scrap number one or A. Number two, B, they think that their audience are a bunch of idiots. And they might be right. But holy shit, because they've gotten away with this for 2 fucking years. They've just been able to say whatever they want. Nobody questions them on it. That's why I started this channel in 2021. Was to question these motherfuckers. You can't just sit there and fucking say shit without showing it. Show it. All right. Almost, Model 3 dude. You almost got me.
Ranges from between 5-1 and a 7-1 leverage ratio. Now, a 7-1 leverage ratio
is pretty low.
Very big. Let's say they're taking a $350 billion position. They're doing so with only $50 billion of their own money. Or let's say they're taking a $3.5 billion short position in AMC. They've only used $500 million of their own cash. The rest of that money is borrowed from banks and cannot be lost. If they start losing that money, Citadel will be margin called. But it seems that actually some of their trades are on a significantly higher leverage ratio.
Ken Griffin, do we know what he's doing? Do we know his 50-1 leverage on these transactions?
So it seems that Ken Griffin's leverage ratio on some of these bond trades is upwards 50-1.
Yeah, Tom Keene was asking a question, and he might have even been kidding. I don't know. But notice how quickly he fucking paused that video. Is he going to play more of it?
Higher. And that's why this trade has drawn fresh US scrutiny amid the debt saga. Frank tweeted saying some hedge funds are exploiting a shadowy trade to cash in on the debt crisis. And guess which hedge funds are doing so? This as officials at the SEC and the Federal Reserve have questioned prime brokers about leverage trading in government bonds by their fast money clients. It says the dangers have been heightened as political brinkmanship around the debt ceiling has threatened to sink the US into default.
Oh, the debt ceiling, huh?
It says several of the hedge funds that have recently pursued the so-called basis trade were also active in 2020, when the outbreak of the pandemic upended the treasury market.
Eric, I say that this guy belongs in fucking Guantanamo. If anybody fucking belongs in Guantanamo Bay, it is a motherfucker like this, because this guy, this is an insidious fucking manipulator. And I don't know how much fucking weed he smokes, but with his eyes that squinty, I mean, and garbage information this fucking bad, he probably is high all the time. It's probably the only way that you could actually manage to get through something like this. Otherwise, you probably want to kill yourself. He should take a break from weed, if you catch my drift.
Caught them wrong-footed until Fed officials intervened to restore normalcy. And that list of hedge funds that effectively got rescued back in 2020 by the Fed included Citadel, Millennium Management, and a number of others as well. So it seems that back in 2020, Citadel was taking out this risky trade on leverage, and it got so bad they had to be rescued. And this time Citadel is taking the exact same trade with an even bigger leverage ratio.
I mean,
50-to-1 leverage ratio basically means...
Is that really what this says? Is that really what this says? I don't think so. I don't think that's really what this says. Oh, you know what? Let's consult the expert. Let's consult. Let's consult the expert.
Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't really think that's the case.
Oh, I love that guy. We're going to look at him too. But I'm going to look into this while he's bloviating here, and we'll set him straight.
A $50 billion position, they're only using $1 billion of their own cash. That means if their position moves by just 2%, their position gets liquidated. Now, in my video the other day,
oh no,
about how the Fed is very much concerned about financial stability with these risky trades. Especially because the US doesn't even need to really default for the market to crash, just simply a rating downgrade on the US credit rating would do the job. Back in 2011, the market crashed by 18% in just 2 weeks after Fitch downgraded the US's AAA credit rating. And right now in 2023, both Fitch and Moody's have said they've put the US's credit rating on negative watch. Basically saying that not just one ratings agency, but 2 ratings agencies have said they will drop the US's credit rating in a week or 2. Doing so would obviously cause a 20% stock market crash.
Right.
It would also upend the treasury market just like back in 2020, and Citadel would also need rescuing again and could end up going bankrupt.
Citadel, okay.
An even larger position with...
This is ridiculously fucking stupid. Like, he's framing it like Citadel got rescued. Okay? This is the manipulation, this is the gaslighting, this is the fucking FUD. Citadel didn't get rescued, okay? What happened was the Fed stepped in and shored up the fucking monetary system. And in the process of that, Citadel made, as Tom Vu would say, they made a lot of money. They made a lot of money. It doesn't take a genius to know that, okay? It wasn't to fucking rescue Citadel, you dumb fuck. You fucking wanker. Holy shit. God. Citadel didn't get fucking rescued. They actually made a good trade. Oh my God. This is flipped on its head. This is completely 180 degrees fucking backwards. Fuck you.
With even more leverage. And it says in the event the US defaults on some obligations next month, Gary Gensler has warned that, among many other concerns, market funding and liquidity would be particularly problematic. Gary Gensler said that it would be one heck of a mess. And it says this exact same highly leveraged bond trade that's become popular with hedge funds is drawing fresh scrutiny 3 years after it blew up spectacularly. To me, it seems ridiculous that Citadel has been allowed to place this trade, which almost bankrupted Citadel just 3 years ago, and this time with an even higher leverage ratio. Also, guys, be sure to sign up to Moomoo, the sponsor of today's video, by signing
Moomoo.
in the description below.
Yes, quality brokerage.
Stocks.
Yep, quality fucking company. All right.
Be clear and concise, and it's also zero commission-free trading. And that's likely why the FTDs for AMC are so off the scale, because Citadel cannot afford to get the FTDs in line as they're so close to their margin limits. As Frank tweeted, he said the average number of failed to delivers per day for April 2023.
Oh, failed to delivers.
FTDs on a daily basis.
No.
Every single day in April.
No.
One singular day was over 1 million FTDs
Nope.
every single day.
Nope.
On some days we saw upwards of 17, 18 million FTDs.
Nope. Nope.
And as I've said, these FTDs will just continue.
Nope. No, you didn't. You're looking at the wrong column. How many times? I mean, 2 fucking years of this shit, of misinterpreting this data, not understanding that this failed to deliver line is a cumulative line. That if you want to know how many there actually are, you need to look at the change from one day to the next. I mean, it's ridiculous. Let's do this. Also, let's back up a second, take a step back and realize that FTDs are not naked shorts necessarily. Let's take a step back and realize that if your shares are loaned out and you sell your shares, guess what? That's a long sale. You're a long holder. You're selling your shares. That generates an FTD. So I am so sick of hearing about FTDs. They have butchered this from top to fucking bottom since the beginning of talking about FTDs. And goddamn, whoever started the whole FTD craze, that person needs to go to fucking hell and Guantanamo. Or just to New Jersey. Okay, here we go.
Control until these hedge funds end up being margin call, which, as I've said, could actually happen a lot sooner than many of us think if this bond trade for Citadel goes in the wrong direction. If Fitch and Moody's end up dropping the US credit rating, Citadel will be caught on the wrong side of the bed, and because they're using such a high leverage ratio on this trade.
Eric, so FTDs happen when shares are failed to be delivered in the settlement period, T+2. And so you can sell something short and you can sell something quote unquote long, or you can be a long hold. You can actually have it and be in your possession and then you sell it. So you're selling a long position. It's a long sale, right? If the share is in your account, but it's not lent out, then it can be delivered in the settlement window and there's no problem. But, and this is just one example of how it can happen. There are many, because it's kind of a catch-all type of thing that all they're saying is, all that's being said is, hey, Amazon was supposed to deliver this package by, yesterday. And for whatever reason, they didn't. You've already paid for it. The money's already been taken out of your account. The package is in transit. It's somewhere. There is a package, and it is en route. It's just delayed. And that's essentially what an FTD is. So why would it be delayed? Well, it could be any number of things. Around here in Cleveland, it could be that the driver was carjacked, or the driver actually stole every package in the van and ditched it and left and, and ghosted, pieced out. Okay, whatever. There's a lot of reasons why. But you use the example of if your shares are being lent out. So let's say that you have 10 AMC shares or 10 shares of whatever, and they're lent out. You have a margin account. Margin accounts are, part of the deal of a margin account is your shares are going to be lent out. So they're lent out. And they're lent out. Like you can see that like on a dashboard on your brokerage. And you decide that you're going to sell your shares. You're just going to get out of whatever. Okay. The shares are in somebody else's account because they were sold short. Somebody borrowed them. Well, a broker, somebody said, hey, I want to sell this short. So then their brokerage went out and said, all right, well, we'll find you shares that are sitting in the margin account that we can borrow and deliver on your behalf. So they chose yours. They chose your shares and they got quote unquote borrowed and by the other brokerage and transferred to the account of whoever the short seller sold them to, whoever the BTCC matched them with in the settlement process, right? So that takes 3 days. That takes 2 days. Like trades take T+2 to settle, right? So here's a scenario. Here's a scenario. Your shares are borrowed or lent out like on Monday. Okay. Short seller sells them to somebody else. That trade, will be settled on Wednesday. Okay. What if on Tuesday you decide that you want to sell your shares? Well, they're in transit, they're in limbo. They're still in the process of settling from the short seller borrowing and selling them. So is it likely that on Tuesday they're going to be able to have them settled from Wednesday to Thursday and deliver them to somebody else that you're selling them to because you're liquidating your position? And that's a perfect example of a scenario where an FTD can be generated from something that has nothing to do with naked short selling. And it's an administrative delay, it's a timing snafu, it's a settlement delay. It's a combination of events that took place in such a sequence that so as to prevent settling within the normal 2-day settlement period. And that's one example. There are plenty of others. That's an easy one to understand, I think, because how are you going to deliver the shares to somebody else who's buying them if you're still waiting not only to get them back from the short seller who borrowed them, but they haven't even settled from the short sale? So there's a lot of reasons why FTDs can pop up, but even as he shows, that they're so stupid. They show the proof, of their own stupidity right on the fucking screen. Like here, you see FTD change. I mean, if it's a positive number, that means there were more FTDs added that day. If it's a negative number, then that means that obligations were covered, were fulfilled. I don't like using the term cover because it's not like covering a short, but it's fulfilling an obligation, delivering a share. It's the package arriving 2 days late from Amazon. And yeah, there's plus, but there's also, here's 11 million. So on this day, 12.9 million were added. 2 days later, no, I'm sorry, not 2 days later. 5 days later, 11.7 million were covered. Obligations were fulfilled. So it goes up and down. It's a nothing burger. It has nothing to do with what they want it to have anything to do with. It's always been a nothing burger. There's no reason to even pay attention to FTDs as far as I'm concerned. It's not even a red herring. It's just nonsense. Okay. Yep, you got it. Playing catch up with delivering shares. Exactly.
Actually happen a lot sooner than many of us think if this bond trade for Citadel goes in the wrong direction. If Fitch and Moody's end up dropping the US credit rating, Citadel will be caught on the wrong side of the bed, and
no problem, Eric.
Such a high leverage ratio on this trade, and because this trade is so large, it would liquidate Citadel in a matter of a few days. Now, I've also warned you a few
So there it is. I mean, he showed absolutely nothing. Now, just keep that in mind. We just listened to 5 minutes of this garbage. He showed zero evidence for any of that. Secondly, he misinterpreted and fucking just butchered a 4-second clip, or if that, from Bloomberg. He misinterpreted and spit out in verbal diarrhea form about FTDs. I mean, this is such garbage. Such garbage. And the whole thesis of his video is Citadel will go bankrupt next week. Okay. Which is based on the misinterpretation and complete just, yeah, butchering of the understanding of Citadel's trade in 2020 and now. And he wants us to believe that, you know, they're leveraged, 7-to-1 leverage, whatever, and that if the trade goes tits up, they could go bankrupt next week, even though there wasn't a single goddamn thing that substantiated that about what he said. I mean, this is ridiculous. The fact that this goddamn bullshit gets put on YouTube every fucking day, that's a problem. I'm sorry, that's a problem. And it's not about protecting the fucking apes. I could give a fuck what happens to the apes. I could give a good goddamn what happens to the apes. They're fucked. They are fucked. Okay? They're fucked. I'm not trying to save them. Never have. Was never my aim. My aim is to get rid of these fucking misinformation pumpers. And by the way, it would help the apes as a byproduct. But holy shit, this guy, I don't know. If Guantanamo is too close, I don't know where to send him. Send him to Siberia. Send him to, I don't know. Send him to New Jersey. How about that?
About those accounts that are trying to convince you that bankruptcy is somehow good for a short squeeze. River Skywalker is
oh my god.
Bed Bath & Beyond is up about 500% since they were delisted from the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq. He said the daily returns on Bed Bath & Beyond are amazing, but meanwhile AMC and GameStop are red. He said Bed Bath & Beyond is the first meme stock to go OTC, with retail still buying it up and holding. He said, I bet short hedge funds thought that once it went OTC, retail would leave. Instead, the Reddit subs are all on this. Now, this is something I want you to be really... Yes, Bed Bath & Beyond has been delisted, and yes, it has increased 500% over the last few days. It's increased from 2 cents per share to 8 cents per share. Now, that is definitely not what I class as a short squeeze. You can see here from the chart that Bed Bath & Beyond did increase from 24 cents per share up to 56 cents per share, but has since fallen all the way down to 8 cents per share.
Wow. You know what that chart looks like? Wow. That chart looks fucking familiar. That looks fucking familiar. Oh my god. Be careful with Bed Bath & Beyond, but AMC is still going to go to the fucking moon. Fuck you. Fucking wanker.
Increase, it's a very, very small increase. I think if we wanted to see a short squeeze in Bed Bath & Beyond, we'd basically need to see something.
God damn.
We can see back in 2021, Bed Bath.
Yeah, straight line. Doesn't work like that, bud.
I think for Bed Bath & Beyond to realistically squeeze and experience the mother of all short squeezes, it would need to...
We're still talking about a fucking short squeeze on Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean... Really? We're still talking about this dumbass short squeeze mania of these bankrupt, literally bankrupt fucking companies. I mean, how can anybody take this seriously? How can anybody take any of this fucking shit seriously? Seriously. I am unaware. I'm unaware. I mean, this is a great way to get in the same situation as AMC, as the apes did with AMC. But I saw that Donahue George bought a few thousand shares of Bed Bath & Beyond because he thinks the hedgies are screwed. We'll check him out in a minute, but this is some garbage.
To at least $50 per share. I think if it screws up to $50 per share, that's just the start of a short squeeze.
Oh my god.
Really, you need to see it going much higher. But right now, Bed Bath...
There's such a flippant fucking condescending, smarmy fucking attitude. I want to smack this guy's face. Oh my God. Smack that fucking squint right off of this motherfucker. I can't listen anymore. This is garbage. Fuck you, Thomas James. I mean, he is one of the few original OG grifters, pretty much original OG, that's still on here. And I mean, holy shit. I don't know how much money he makes or anything else about him. Thomas James is probably not even his fucking name. It's probably Ricky Bobby or some shit. But motherfuck. I think it's only a matter of time before Citadel is in trouble. Really? Well, then you're not paying attention, John. You are not paying attention. You are brain dead. Keep up the great work. In the end, this will pay off for you and everyone else who does not listen to the FUD and only listens to the facts. Cheers. Facts? There was a fact mentioned here? Wait, there was a fact mentioned in this video? I must have missed it. Yeah, fucking clown. God, I hate these fucking people. Shake and bake. They've been going bankrupt for 2 years. Yep, but it's for real now. Now it's for real, clown. Actually longer. James is just promoting himself to make money. Just track his post history. It's a joke. He knows nothing. Yeah. I used to think other YouTubers had clickbait titles. 2 years of this British guy and his accent had taught me that he's the king of clickbait. Every video, something new is going to cause the squeeze, or something 2 years old is coming today. Meanwhile, it's been coming for 2 years. This guy is just an entertainer, doesn't know shit. Thank you, Booma92. But I'm getting some mixed signals between Booma and 92, because you wouldn't be 92 years old and you wouldn't have been born in 1992. So I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, yeah, this guy fucking sucks. All right.
What's up, everybody?
Speaking of fucking sucking, all right.
AMC FTD coming at you with another video. This video, you're going to hear something that you don't hear very often.
I was wrong. I'm wrong. We screwed up. I lost. We lost. You gonna hear that?
Yes. Tony's right.
Tony's right.
Now, I've been seeing this for a couple days now when some YouTubers and some people on Twitter were putting up polls. Did y'all get y'all's postcards yet? Yes or no?
Oh, you know what? Tony F is pretending to be Mr. Fundamentals. That's funny. That's hilarious, actually. But, you know, what I'm thinking is, what about Sojka? Whatever happened to him? Did he ever get any more videos? Wait, that's not him. Wait, where's his channel? Did he delete his channel? Oh, here it is. Sojka AMC. Nope, he's still only got 4 videos. Last being from a month ago. Okay. Anyway, I was just curious. When you said fundamentals, it reminded me.
And it's 99 points. Did y'all get y'all's postcards yet? Yes or no? And it's 99.9% no and 0.00000 yes. All right, and I'm thinking to myself, how stupid could you be? You know motherfuckers are gonna lie. They could be sitting there with their postcard in their hand and they gonna say, fuck no, I ain't got my shit, just to cause shit. All right.
Or they could have also literally wiped their ass with it and flushed it down the toilet and said, no, I don't have it. But Manuel set me straight on the postcard thing earlier in Telegram. So I'm going to let CSI here go through his spiel, and then we'll go over how we understand the postcard thing to actually have played out. So here we go.
So that happens. There you go with that. Now, that's why you couldn't believe them polls. And that's why I didn't get into that postcard shit. And I told everybody,
No shit. That's why I've been saying this for 2 years. Your stupid Twitter polls, your YouTube polls, your Say Technology Vote polls, all the garbage to supposedly get a share count. Get a share count. Yeah, not even, I mean, it's laughable. It's laughable. I mean, a third grader would know that's not how math works. Okay.
if they
I'm not going to stop it for a minute.
commit suicide on it, then go ahead. And then I started seeing reports where people were telling me they was getting 3 postcards. That's not possible. Why? Because they were sent to shareholders, not to everybody that had a brokerage account. So you're not supposed to be getting 3 postcards because you got 3 brokerage accounts with AMC in it. Because if that's the case, then I would get 4 postcards because I got 4 brokerage firms with AMC in it. Or I got 6 brokerage firms, so I'm getting 6 postcards. That means you're shareholders then. I want you to listen to what I just got through saying. Tony's right. Listen to what he has to say, and then we're going to come back and talk about it.
A lot of people, I think, are just hoping that the whole postcard thing is going to act as a share count. And for me, the most interesting thing about the postcards is the people that are getting 2, 4. I had one guy tell me he got 6 postcards because he has 6 different accounts. And now I got to be honest, guys, I'm questioning, do we really have 3.8 million shareholders, or do we have 1 million? Do we have 1.5 million? A bunch of people like myself, like many of you, with multiple accounts, right? Because it seems like they're being, if they're triple, quadruple, sextuple sending the postcards, are those all shareholders in the count of 3.8 million? I don't think we have 3.8 million. I'm going to be honest.
Now, what I said in the beginning holds true here, okay? If you got 3, 4, 5 postcards, that's not how it works. They're sending it to every shareholder, not
Model 3 dude, are you counting down your own meltdown here?
Wait a minute. Somebody that I'm very close to has told me they got more than one. So now that tells me they have fucked up sending the postcards. That they
I'm sure that's it.
To send a postcard to every shareholder, unless, like Tony said, there's not 3.8 million. That if you got 6 postcards, they're counting you 6 times as a shareholder. All right. If I got 4, then they counted me 4 times as a shareholder in that 3.8 million. So there may be only 1 million, maybe 1.75 million shareholders of AMC. So Tony would be right. And that's how I came to, doesn't make sense, not according to what's supposed to be done, but then it seems like this is what's been done, so that's their asses. Because if
that's their asses.
Send a simple postcard, then the judge needs to know, like I got wrote right here, a list of shareholders and the amount of shares each shareholder has to confirm that they have been notified of this lawsuit. We can get a share count out of this, people. We can get the judge to force them to give them the list of people that they sent those postcards to. That's what she can do. And that's what I think she ought to do. Now we need to just be patient. Let's the 31st get here and let it be over with, to where now you have no time left. Fuck, I ain't got but a day. It doesn't matter. Go to 0 days. Then from that point on, we got their asses. That's why I said wait till the 27th. Give them time to get it out here. And then a lot of people did start getting it. So give it to the end of the month now. Let their time run out. All right, don't start freaking out. Don't start sending in letters, no matter what the YouTubers tell you. Let the time run out.
Let the time run out.
Once that time is ended, and somebody can hold up in a picture that they received 3 postcards, 4 postcards, 6 postcards, and can show the judge that they didn't do it right, she'll demand a fucking.
I mean, this is the best. This is so great. I love this when they do this shit.
Tell me what
Oh,
you
they
got.
fucked up.
Be blessed.
They fucked up. They can't even send out postcards properly. They must have fucked it up. They didn't do it right. I received 4 postcards. Like, not even considering the fact that they've got it wrong, okay? Because I mean, I'm about to blow the fucking lid off this whole fucking thing right now, with thanks to Manuel for pointing this out, okay? But let me just get the document up here, because you know that's how we fucking roll. There's a document, there's fucking proof, there's evidence, there's information, there's data, and I'm going to show it to you. Again, courtesy of Manuel. Thank you. Let's see here. I just got to find where I downloaded it to here. Okay. Now I just got to bring it up on screen. The PDF. Okay. Here's the document. Scheduling order with respect to notice, right? We need to find 14. It's point number 14. Here it is. Okay. And what they're doing is they're just talking about the schedule of, you know, do this between this many days and do this, and this has to be done, right? Not later than 5 business days. Okay. 14. Is that big enough? Should I enlarge it? Let's see here. Enlarge this a little bit. Okay. No later than the notice date, the notice administrator shall mail a postcard notice to all record holders of AMC common stock. Record holders of AMC common stock. I'm just going to highlight this and request that within 5 business days of such request, any record holders of AMC common stock who are nominees or custodians for beneficial holders provide either physical addresses or email addresses for all such beneficial owners to which the postcard notice can be sent, or request copies of the postcard notice from the notice administrator to mail such beneficial owners. Okay? Within 5 business days of receiving any physical addresses or email addresses for a beneficial owner of AMC common stock from a nominee or custodian, the notice administrator will mail a postcard notice to such beneficial owner or email them a copy of the postcard notice as applicable. The notice administrator will also send copies of the postcard notice to any nominee or custodian who requests them within 5 business days of such request. So what is the deal here? Well, record holders, if you're a record holder, you hold stock directly with the company or with the company's transfer agent. In other words, it's directly registered in your name through something like ComputerShare. Yeah. Beneficial holders are the rest of us who just use broker-dealers to buy and sell stocks. We don't deal with the transfer agent. We don't deal with directly registering it because it's useless. And so we're beneficial owners. So who's the record holder? It's the broker-dealer, right? So the broker-dealer gets notified and says, hey, you know, you need to give the notice administrator, the person administering this whole thing, an address or an email address for all of the beneficial owners that we need to notify about this. So point being, it's not a one-to-one on postcards going to every shareholder. It's not a one-to-one on this many accounts and and all this garbage. As always, it's more nuanced, it's more complicated. It's not really that complicated, but it's more nuanced. There is more detail than just send a postcard to every shareholder. And as much as they've done retroactive DD on all of these documents, maybe they haven't caught up to this yet. This only came out May 1st. Maybe the retroactive DD is more behind. But that maybe they'll realize it once they get to, you know, this point in the thing that they're it's ironic too, because computer share is a whole thing. It's a whole other fucking thing that they've pushed and misinformed people about and lied about and just, you know, gaslighted people about and didn't know what they were talking about and pushed this garbage fucking company with no clue what it actually was, what it was actually getting people into, what people would actually have to do to get out of it. I mean, so they should be familiar with computer share and what they do, but they're not because they never understood the fundamentals. They never understood the basics of what a transfer agent is, what street name is versus street name, beneficial ownership versus direct registration, record holder, shareholder. I mean, this is what happens when you, this is what, wait, did I just say that?
This is what happens when you work to change things. And first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world.
True. And let's just take a very, very quick nanosecond of silence here for Elizabeth Holmes, who's reporting to prison soon. I mean, she thought she could get out of it. Okay, now, what do we got here? Yellen moved the default date on debt ceiling to June 5th. Will world economy crash before then? Yes, Donahue. Why don't you buy 1 million puts? All right. Oh, God.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Wrench Capital. So this video is, I think, a little overdue. I think this one is going to have minimal editing. And I'm just going to talk because I think I need...
Great.
This has been something that has been kind of...
And I think I'm going to speed your ass up. And if I had a pitch shifter effect on you, I would also raise the pitch of your voice.
Oh, how do I think this has been kind of the elephant in the room on my channel in a little while, and I have not intended it to become that. I think I've explained this in other videos, but never wrapped up in one package like this.
Oh boy, he's looking all over the place already. What the fuck is he going to do in this video?
We should talk about AMC. Now, I want to talk about really 3 things in this order.
Sounds like it, Manny.
I want to talk about the stock, kind of where I stand there.
You know what? I think I'm going to, in light of this, I'm going to put it back to regular speed. I'm going to put it back to regular speed. I'm going to mute my microphone, and I'm just going to listen.
And then I think we should talk about the future a little bit here, which I think I'll keep short. But the videos, guys, it's been what? I think 3 weeks since I've uploaded an AMC video. I have not uploaded many videos at all for months. And there's, you know, I suppose a reason for that. But in terms of the AMC stuff, well, first of all, the videos in general, the lack thereof, I should say, I've been very much so just kind of in my trading world. And for those of you who make...
Oh, that's what he's going with, huh? Okay.
Every day. It's grueling. It's a grind. It is hard on your eyes. It's hard on your brain. And after a long...
It's hard on your bank account.
Especially if you're trading from like pre-market all the way up to the close, even after hours trading some earnings sometimes. It's sometimes it's really hard to sometimes after you go through your review your trades and make notes of everything and implement them all or I should say import them all into your trade tracking software and go through that stuff from the day before. It's exhausting. And the way that the market had been up until recently, I was in my trading world And I just wasn't really in a position to be sitting down once I was done at, 7, 8, 9 p.m. most days.
Let me guess, but because the market has been bullish with AI mania the last few weeks, then you had an opportunity to look at AMC, and oh my God, what a piece of shit. I'm just speculating, my opinion.
Sit down and make a video just to release it at 10:30 at night and have most people miss it anyway. It just, so that's what's going on there. But I think now with the market picking back up,
see,
and trading going
these guys are fucking predictable as fuck.
I haven't had to spend quite as much time, I suppose, on it. I've been able to.
These guys are so fucking predictable.
Do what I need to, and then take a step back, and also begin to become.
I mean, seriously, I've been right more in this live stream than these clowns have been over a 2-year fucking span. And I think we've actually talked about more truths, more actual things that are actually fucking true, that can actually be shown to be true with evidence. So just saying.
Interested again in the bigger picture, because when I'm trading, it's very zoomed in. It's me, the group, charts, scanners, a level 2 box, and time and sales, staring into a tiny little window on my screen for 7, 8, sometimes 9 hours in a day, and then doing review. This isn't meant to be like an excuse as to why. I'm just telling you that I haven't.
Yeah, it is.
Trading has been more interesting to me than content, and that's just being straight up with you guys. So, and by the time I was done trading, I was I just had to shut it down. Like, I was just exhausted every day because the way that the market had been, there's kind of a lack. Sometimes, by the way, I know I'm drawing this out.
This is a lot of rambling and he's hee-hawing around so much.
You can always trade, but some markets just present things like you sit down and it's like, okay, I'm probably going to trade that name, and that name today. Whereas other days you come in, nothing really pops up. There's not really a whole
Jesus Christ.
And it was like that for a long time. You still have to make it work and trade to do what you need to do, and you don't really let performance suffer because of that. But it doesn't come quite as easy. And that's across the board. That doesn't matter if you've been doing it for 30 years and you're making, you're having $500,000 days like you're just getting really, really big. It doesn't matter.
He thinks he'll be there someday.
For $20 a day, or trading to have an extra $50 a week, it doesn't matter. It's the same difficulty level, just on a different scale, right? So that's kind of been what's going on. But now with the market kind of coming back,
it
was crazy. At all-time highs now. It's nuts, and a lot of these names coming back. Things are, I should say, a little back to normal. Whereas previously,
oh my God,
of market setups have been kind of like below trend on the curve, right? In terms of ease of finding them, I should say. So in some markets, it just takes a long time. Now, in terms of AMC videos in particular, listen, I think if you've been subscribed to the channel for any meaningful amount of time for AMC specifically, I would hope that you understand at this point that if you want moon boy bullshit every day,
yeah,
your guy. And I think you know that, and that's probably why you're here. At least I.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe we'll come back to that, but I mean, this guy was a big focus of my videos in 2021. Major focus, I would say, because he was pushing some garbage every day. Not even just about AMC, but about the market itself, how market works, options. I mean, he misinformed a lot of people. A lot of people bought 140 strike call options because they watched and listened to Roach Capital. And he, you know, wow.
Hope. I've never wanted
That could be a soundboard clip. Which one?
This point that if you want
this right here,
moon boy bullshit every day,
I'm doing it.
I'm not your guy. And I think you know that, and that's probably why you're here. At least I hope. I've never wanted.
That's great. That's great.
Point that I would hope that you meaningful amount of time for AMC specifically.
I want it right there before the All right. I'm recording. Here we go.
Channel for any meaningful amount of time for AMC specifically. I would hope that you understand at this point that if you want moon boy bullshit every day, I am not your guy. And I think you know that, and that's probably why you're here. At least I hope. I've never wanted to be that guy. I've never wanted to be your person to get that from. That was never my goal. I have never once made an AMC video for any reason other than there was a fresh catalyst. There was something that needed explaining. There was a relevant topic that I think required or would benefit from discussion. Something was exciting to me and I wanted to sit down and make a video. I wanted to go through a document and do a bunch of research and then make a video and present it to you guys because otherwise that information just kind of sticks with me. It's never been like, let me just sit down and wing an AMC video because I know that there's interest. Like, I don't care.
Bullshit.
I don't want to sit here and make moon boy bullshit videos. It's a waste of my time, I feel like. And it's a waste.
It is now because you're not getting the fucking views on them. You already got 100,000 subscribers. But, I mean, no. Let's go back and look at your channel in 2021. It was all moon boy bullshit. You were the moon boy. You were the moon boy. And you were making a fuck ton of money, not only from that, but also from, and this is my opinion, my contention, my assertion here, but I think if you look at the videos, and you know, you had to have watched them at the time, I think, because you can't go back and watch them all now. But I mean, I watched pretty much most of his videos from that time, at the time. The way that he talked about AMC, the way he talked about the option chain, he was selling calls. No question in my mind. He was selling fucking call options. He was pumping the stock and selling call options. So he was making bank off of that because all of those call options that he sold ended worthless. And he collected all of the premium. Okay? So he made money on ads. He made money on fucking memberships. He made money selling call options, all while he was pumping this worthless, overvalued fucking piece of shit. So that's total gaslighting, total bullshit. You know, I had no respect for this clown before. So I guess there's really no change there. But, you know, this is what pieces of shit do. They lie, they manipulate, they try to make things not their fault, they absolve themselves, try to, of responsibility. This is you know what? Moon boy bullshit? No. This is a fuck boy right here. This guy is a fucking fuck boy. That's all he is. A total piece of shit.
Waste of your time. And I'm not going to fill your feed with shit that I don't think matters. So I'll upload videos that, you know, will appeal to more people that I think matters. I'll upload very niche trading specific videos every once in a while, not all the time, on something that I think someone can benefit from. And if it gets 10 views, cool. Maybe one person, you know, me getting started, watches that video and learns something worth learning. Whereas I think the trading world in particular is very, like, secretive because it's not really necessary to share any of the information. But I'm not done with AMC videos in particular. They just aren't going to come every day. And that leads us into the stock in general. Where do I stand on that?
Oh, here we go. Oh, boy, I'm so excited.
Listen, the videos will come.
Well, that sigh tells it all, huh?
when I think there's something worth making a video about. So, you know, I think it's if you care, I think it's beneficial to like have notifications on, because if an AMC video,
oh yeah, right,
there's a reason that I made that, right? You know,
what has he got? Tony, he's got Tony F syndrome here. He's got gatekeepers syndrome. He's got gatekeeper syndrome. Oh yeah, you know, you want to have notifications on, because if I put out something about it, well, that means that something's happening. Give me a fucking break. Ugh.
You know, you
fucking self-aggrandizing piece of fucking trash.
Well, I did. That's why I made a video. Okay. I thought this could benefit some people. I thought.
By the way, I would appreciate it if everybody who's watching, who's not subscribed, would go ahead and subscribe and hit the like on this video, this stream. You know, I've been swimming against the stream, so to speak, here for the better part of 2 years, and I'm so close to what I think 1,200 subscribers. So I don't have 101,000 or whatever like this guy does, but you know, I've got a smaller but awesome dedicated group of subscribers, and you know, if you're watching this, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be subscribed. Anyway, I don't care though. At the end of the day, I don't care if you do or not. But you know, just make sure if you do that you hit the notification, because when you know, when I go live, no, I can't even I can't I can't even bullshit on that.
This could be informative. I thought this could offer perspective on where it stands.
So did you catch that bloviate in there that I mentioned earlier? I'm glad somebody heard it. Yes, this is, you know, I mean, this is like definitional bloviation. This is like quintessential bloviation. Oh my God.
That I wanted to explain in my own words, so I made that video. I refuse to fill up your feed and waste your time after you go to work all day or do whatever you do and come home and then you like, well, I feel obligated to watch this 23-minute video because I own this stock rather than spending time eating dinner with my kids. Like, that's bullshit, and I'm not going to do that. I refuse to do that. I don't want to do that. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time. It is a waste of everyone's time. And it's, quite frankly, it's disrespectful to you. Now, that's not to say I won't make videos. You know, maybe, you know, as the market picks up here and I get more excited about topics in the market because there's things to discuss here. I don't know. Maybe there's a day where I upload 5 videos. I don't know. Right? It depends on the day. But all this to say that I know I've said this in the past, that there's going to be more content. But then I end up back in my trading world, and I it's not that I have to spend, you know, honestly, like 14 hours a day just doing trading stuff. And I'm not exaggerating, maybe even more on a lot of days. But I chose to do that because that's what I wanted to do. And at this point, it's like the market is cleaning up. It's not as sloppy as it was even just a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
I'm at the point now where
just wait a bit. Just wait a bit. It's going to be sloppier than your wife after her boyfriend fucks her.
I'm kind of coming back to equilibrium and having balance where I will trade and do my thing. But I also, it's important that I make time for content because that's also something that I really want to do. Okay,
You meaning that's a revenue stream you want to keep open. God, this is so long.
You can understand that because that's really like
all right.
Interests me. I suppose.
Sounds like it, Lynn.
Other things. But that's not to say that I don't love talking about the market. I don't love talking about, you know, a play like AMC, for example. I don't feel as if, you know, my day doesn't feel complete, for example, if I don't make a video on this topic about like the debt ceiling I'm going to make a video on shortly. Because it matters. And there's opportunity there to maybe make some money on that. So I want to do that. And for a while, I was just trading, studying my trades, stuff that a lot of you guys would find boring, but head first into data, statistics, charts, level 2 boxes for months and months and months. And I'm happy I did that. But now it's kind of time to like get back to balance of, which is really, I think, long-term where I prefer to be, is more balanced. I trade, my performance doesn't suffer there. But, you know, and obviously the balance comes with a balanced market or even a bullish market. But I think a bear market to keep performance at where it needs to be for trading in particular requires more time. And that's something a lot of people don't talk about with trading is that, you know, can you trade like 30 minutes a day and make an extra, it's scalable, of course, as high or as low, I guess, as you want it to go, and make an extra, you know, $10 a day, even $100 a week, couple $100 a month, you know, couple thousand bucks a month. Yeah, you can, but you're probably not going to, you know, exceed expectations in like a career setting if you're trading for half an hour a day. That's a very salesy pitch that I think a lot of people like to pitch that I've never wanted to pitch. But of course, you can make like a couple extra $1,000 a month trading, you know, 20 minutes a day if you so choose. And that's the path you take because you have other interests. That's fine. All that to say, it's time for equilibrium for me, which means doing my thing trading, doing my thing working with the group, but also like content because I enjoy making content. And I think it's time. Now, what does content look like? I'll get to, but first of all, let's talk about the stock. And this is a big reason as to why the lack of AMC videos, because again, I'm not going to fill your subscription feed with a bunch of bullshit just for.
Is this a reason for the lack of energy and enthusiasm and excitement that I'm picking up on? Because, boy, he is, it just, you know, he is just, I don't know, beaming with fucking excitement here. Look at that face.
There's no, I don't understand. I don't get the reason, right? I don't know. I don't know why I would sit down and make a 20-minute video about nothing. It's disrespectful. Let's look at the stock. So this is clearly
look at that! Look at that! Look at that wonderful chart.
We all know that. We all can see the downtrend. We've all been looking at this. You know, what is this? The last year and a half or so. I don't care about that. I'm going to show you what I do care about here. See this? This is volume. Let me take myself away. We are,
you know what?
Trade 10 million shares a day.
Yes, let's take you away. There you go. There we go. Shorts in trouble. I mean, God damn it. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Holy fuck. You know what I need? It's been like a week since I've had my fix of Donnie Who. Here we go. Newest one 6 hours ago. He must be enjoying his Saturday night. He's getting his drink on. Okay.
Financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. Anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, or the YouTube algorithm stuff to give it a mouth.
Wasn't he the buy ape guy? Wasn't he advocating people go what they call ape heavy? What Frankie Mohammed and Professor Mike call ape heavy? I think he said he was buying more ape, if I recall. Anyway, I don't know.
Analyze that data, like I tell every day. The data released us is false. Money gives a false narrative in the market, so we can make bad trading decisions. Listen.
Right there in his disclaimer, he is disclaiming responsibility for his garbage trading. I mean, can you believe that? The data they released to us is false, meant to give a false impression of the market so that you can make bad trading decisions. It's not my fault that I lost money. It's that I had this bad, false, fraudulent data that was released to me intentionally to get me to lose money. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fucking fantastic. So you have already shown that you don't have the responsibility, the sense of responsibility necessary for this endeavor. Great.
There's a lot of people talking about that Citadel could go bankrupt next week, and I I believe that the decisions that Citadel has made, that they should go bankrupt. Do I believe Citadel is severely over-leveraged? Yes, I believe Citadel is severely over-leveraged. But when people hear bankruptcy...
This is one of these citation needed moments, okay? Citation needed. You know? I believe that it won't snow again this year, or until later this year, until fall or winter in Northeast Ohio, where I live. I want to believe that. But you know what? It's happened. Stranger things have happened. I want to believe that. But the data actually indicates that there is a chance we could still have some snow, believe it or not. Not specifically this year, but in general, seasonality wise. God damn. Okay.
They think that means liquidation. It doesn't work that way. You can file bankruptcy and be restructured and come back bigger and stronger than you were before. Now, do I think Citadel deserves to go bankrupt where they're liquidated? Of course, because of everything they've done in the market, in my opinion. And I'm not telling you to buy
everything they've done.
I'm telling you that
vague language. Right. Everything they've done. We all know that they've done so much illegal criminality, malfeasance. They're bad actors. Well, I would like to know, what are these specifically are these things that, that they've done, supposedly? Execute the fucking shares that you sent through your shitty payment for order flow apps? Yeah, let's blame Citadel for that. Okay.
Citadel has been engaged in activity that in any other industry, they would no longer be licensed. I mean, they were fined 58 times over the last 20 years. It's absolutely outrageous. But here's the thing. Citadel might be considered too big to fail. And even if they're forced to file bankruptcy, I believe all the politicians that they have paid off over the last couple of years will help bail them out. They will make sure that our taxpayer dollars help Citadel beat the bankruptcy court. Okay?
Garbage. Absolute garbage. Yeah. They'll bail out a market maker. Mm-hmm. Right. Good.
The bottom line is this. Citadel is more political than anything else. They donate more money to politicians than anything else, and they play both sides of the fence. They donate to Republicans and Democrats. So no matter who's in office, even though it's not supposed to be considered a bribe, but no matter who's in office, they feel obligated to assist Citadel in any way, shape, or form. And the other thing, Citadel, and this is just my opinion, has done so much malfeasance in the market.
There it is.
That if they fall, it's possible the whole economy might fall with them. And a lot of people are aware of that. So that's why they will try to prop up Citadel as much as they can. But does Citadel deserve to be bankrupt and liquidated and no longer with us? Yes, I believe so. That is my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. But do I believe they...
Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. You are, let me put it another way. You are entitled to come on the internet, on a public website, and make a complete fucking fool of yourself. That is your right. And you are exercising that right. So God bless America, and whatever else. Yeah, you're entitled to your fucking opinion. But you know what they say. Most people are fucking stupid. That's not what they say. Opinions are like assholes. And these guys are fucking assholes. And also, the truth is like poetry. And you think this guy fucking knows a goddamn thing? I mean, seriously. Roses are red, violets are blue. Fuck you.
No, I don't. I believe that they're going to use our tax dollars to bail Citadel out. But
I mean,
I believe Citadel really is in a financial pinch and is severely over-leveraged.
God damn.
Some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think Citadel is going to go bankrupt next week?
Yeah, I think Citadel's going to go bankrupt next week. What do we got? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, how about this?
This is not financial advice. It's not legal advice for entertainment educational purposes only. And anything I say.
Did you get some new shirts?
Please don't make any
It looks like you got a couple new shirts.
Videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get your.
Oh, mom's asleep in the next room. You got to stay quiet. This one.
Every day, the day they release us is false. When they get a false narrative, the markets we can make bad trading decisions. Listen. Like, I don't really usually do videos on BBBY. But
why? Why not?
I've been looking at it.
Aren't you forgetting something? It's BBBYQ because OTC.
Lately, yeah. And you know, you can't even buy options on it on certain platforms. I don't know if all the platforms are like that, but on certain platforms, you can't even buy options.
Oh my God.
They try to say because they filed for bankruptcy. Bankruptcy has nothing to do with that because there are other stocks that are in bankruptcy that you're allowed to do options on. So the fact that they're blocking the options,
they're blocking options. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ.
It tells me that
this fucking guy
can pop at any time.
So the fact that they are blocking options tells him that BBBY can pop at any time. I mean, how in the Jesus fuck? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Did he really just say that?
Yes, they did file bankruptcy, and yes, they're in trouble, but the bad actors over leverage, just like they're doing with AMC, just like they're doing with MULN, just like they're doing with GME. And this is just my opinion. Once again, I'm not here to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just telling you what I did. I picked up a few thousand BBBY shares as a YOLO play. Yes, as a YOLO play. And I am prepared to lose it all. It doesn't even matter to me. But I think it's worth the risk because I believe that they got in so deep with BBBY that they know at any point it can explode and cost them billions of dollars, and nothing would be happier than helping cost the bad actors, the hedgies, and
right. Nothing would
of dollars.
God damn it.
Tell me what you think. Do you think that BBBY has the potential to explode and cost these bad?
Yeah, it has potential to literally explode into a million fucking pieces and take your ass down with it. So yeah, why don't you YOLO some fucking shares since regrettably you can't do it with options. Oh my God. Let's see. It's always telling to watch this guy's videos. Look at all these videos he's putting out. What is he, Lou now? Jesus Christ. Credit Susie. Now there's something else here too that I actually did watch. This was earlier in the week. Let's see. Where is it? Well, there's this too. There's this bit of misinformational FUD.
This is not financial advice, not legal advice.
All right,
as I put them out, see them the market that decision. Listen, Judge Zern ruled that if you look at the discovery documents for AMC,
that's a good point.
Not to buy or sell any AMC shares. And I guess that would include APE shares also. Any AMC or APE shares until the case is finalized. And if there is an appeal, more than likely there might be an appeal. If,
by the way, you guys see it? I see it. I have detected a ceiling fan. Ceiling fan detected.
With the decision, if there is an appeal, you can't buy or sell AMC or APE until that appeal is finalized. And I'm going to tell you, I find that to be very, very unfair. But, you know, she is the judge. That's the decision that she made. But it is a very scary proposition for retail investors, because that means if you look at that discovery and AMC starts to squeeze, it starts to run, you have signed an agreement saying that you won't sell. You're saying that you won't sell. Well, if AMC drops to $2 and you think you want to load up, you can't load up. I mean, it is a big, big deterrent to stop us from looking at that discovery.
What? Oh my God. Yes, they're trying to deter you from looking at the discovery by saying that you can't trade AMC shares until the settlement's finalized. Lord have fucking mercy on my everything here. Oh my God. Wow.
And I'll tell you, buy, hold, or sell. I was gonna look at the discovery, but now that the judge has ruled that if you look at that discovery, you can't buy or sell AMC shares.
Oh my God.
I am not going to look at the discovery. You have to do your own DD and decide what is best for you. But I believe if I look at that discovery and then AMC starts to run and I can't sell, that is a big, big problem. And as I said in the previous video, I believe AMC is about to, it's about to pop probably, and I believe it's way before that June 30th deadline. And anyway, I think that deadline is going to be extended because, as I said in the previous video, a majority of people still haven't got their AMC settlement postcard. So they have no idea that there is a proposed settlement. They have no idea that it's a lawsuit. So until they mail those postcards, technically the judge should put this lawsuit on hold. This lawsuit should be on hold until all the retail investors have gotten their postcards. Anyway,
gotten their postcards because you have to get your postcard. Gotta have my postcard, but you don't understand how that was to be distributed. And by the way, who is the settlement class anyway? What actually entitles one to be part of the settlement class? Because is it all shareholders? Is it shareholders who held something at a certain time? I mean, they're really lacking on their retroactive DD here. They need to step it up. I'm not going to do it for them. But, I'm asking the questions. Hey, if I'm asking the question, you should pay attention and go try to answer the question because I'm asking that question for a reason. So turn on notifications and subscribe to my channel and buy my trading alerts.
Wait, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think.
Okay. God damn. One more. One more. How about this one? This is fantastic.
It's not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment.
Blah, 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 blah.
After 30 months, you can make bad trading decisions. Listen, after 30 months in this play.
30 months. Jesus.
A lot of retail investors are fully aware that lending out your shares is not a good thing. And they know that lending
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What are you talking about? Yes, it is. What do I mean? Well, if you want a short squeeze, why would you want to restrict the shares from being sold short? Wouldn't you want the short interest to be as high as possible? By disallowing your shares to be lent, you're making it harder for short sellers to pile into the stock. And the whole thesis is based on the fact that shorts are going to magically wake up one day and be like, oh, you know what? We're so far underwater, even though the stock's down 90%. We're just going to have to cover and make these clowns rich and bankrupt ourselves because we have no other choice. And you can't, based on the short interest, the current price, and the current volume, if every short covered tomorrow or Tuesday, you might get to $20. You might get to $20 fucking dollars. So, I mean, what are we talking about here? I don't know.
It's contrary to their goal of a AMC short squeeze, AMC MOAS. So at this point, I believe, and this is just my opinion, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell, or even lend out your shares, but I believe that a majority of retail investors are not going to lend out their shares. They're not going to do that. So will the brokers lend out their shares without
exactly?
permission? Of course they would.
I mean, exactly, Manuel. I mean, the biggest mistake was to disable stock lending. And why would you do that? You are literally hoping and betting on a short squeeze. Why? It makes no sense. It's completely illogical. Thank you. You know, like you are fucking yourself. Yeah.
Of course they would lend out your shares without your permission. You know why? Because there are no consequences of them breaking the law. There are no consequences of them breaking the law. And the reason that they're still lending out our shares without permission is because look at the FTDs.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the amount of shares available to short every day. And look at the fact that the cost of borrow went from 1,000 down to what? To about 50%? How does it move like that if nobody's lending out their shares? It's because either the broker to lend them out, they're using false locates, or they're using
false locates. He said this in a previous video. It's one I was trying to find, but he said that he believes, and it's just his opinion. He's not telling anybody to buy, hold, or sell. He believes that they're using APE shares as false locates AMC shares. And I'm sorry, Donnie, it just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work. I mean, the DTCC and the NSCC and the exchanges and broker dealers, they don't operate their business like you operate yours, or they just do shit. That's not how it is. As much as you want to believe that, it's not. They really don't have that much control over what market participants do. So we're talking about market participants, mainly institutions. They're making decisions that are well within their rights to make on trades that are standard trades. There is no such thing as a fucking false locate. I mean, that's about as fake as synthetic price failure by Casey Shaw. Put it right up there with fucking synthetic price failures as made up, fucking made up bullshit. And anyway, it's the brokers who have to do the locate. If I'm a hedge fund or anybody and I want to sell a stock short, I submit the order and the broker finds it. They're the one who has to find it. And if they can't find it, they're not going to let me complete the trade. It's that simple. So broker dealers are in on it now. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're saying, "Oh, you know what? We have to do this cleanup operation. We're just going to go ahead and use this ape share. It's the same thing, right? It's getting converted." Fuck off.
A majority of shareholders, retail investors, know that lending out your shares is a bad idea. And in my opinion, I think that a broker lending out your shares breaches his fiduciary responsibility to you, because you are placing your property in a possession of a broker to safeguard your property. And instead of safeguarding the value of your property, your broker is lending your property out to someone whose goal is to destroy the value of your property. It is absolutely outrageous. It should be illegal. And the reason the brokers do it,
I mean, this is about as fucking dumb as when he said, "Why would anybody borrow shares that they believe are worthless, why would they pay a cost to borrow shares that they believe are worthless? Hello? Because they're shorting it. They believe it's worthless. They want to capture that difference. Tell me that you don't understand short selling without telling me that you don't understand short selling. I mean, why in the fuck do clowns like this insist on making these garbage videos? I mean, I think it's Dunning-Kruger 101 here. This is Dunning-Kruger 101. And I don't know what the fuck he ever did to gain as much confidence as he appears to have in this garbage. I mean, it certainly wasn't that he was right about anything. We know that. Wrong at every turn. It's the ape way.
Doing nothing. They're not making any money. They make money when you buy and sell. But when your shares are just sitting there, when you're diamond handing your shares, the brokers don't make any money off those shares. So in order for them to make money, they invented this lend the shares out.
No, you invented it.
They're doing it without our permission. I mean, there's no...
That share securities lending has been a thing for decades, buddy. What are you talking about? And guess what? The holder, the lender, the person whose shares are being lent, they get paid. You get paid for lending your shares out. You get paid. So what the fuck are you talking about? Pension funds and institutions do it to generate additional income. Like it's part of their strategy. Jesus Christ.
No doubt in my mind that's what they're doing. Put it like this. If you took your car...
Oh, great. Here we go with the car analogy.
Parked it somewhere. And the owner of the parking garage loaned your car to somebody who wanted to use your car in a demolition derby.
I've seen no evidence that anybody that, when they are quote unquote not supposed to be lending shares, they're actually being lent. I haven't seen any actual evidence to support that. Now, they've been saying it for a couple years, but I haven't seen the evidence. They haven't shown the evidence. He just strongly believes it. Again, citation needed. And with that, I can't do it. I cannot do it. Okay. Now, let's see here. AMC postcard debate from Lou. Charles Payne just sent a cryptic warning on AMC. I mean, is this even from recently? They like to take old ass Charles Payne clips out of context. All right. Here's Lou, by the way. Oops. Here's Lou with some settlement letter stuff.
All right, I just got an email from
back in the stairwell
with the letter. Okay, good morning, Lou. This is Zara here from Dubai. Jai hugs. I've been following you videos since 2021 April. I apologize for any permanent damage that your brain has going forward. Please find attached letter I received from IBKR Interactive Brokers. Okay, it's from them, not from AMC. When I inquired about the postcard from AMC.
Okay, that's not surprising based on what we read earlier, is it? Is it?
Confirm, not from AMC. When I inquired about the postcard from AMC. Kindly confirm what is meant in the letter, and they have mentioned that they won't send any postcard, if any. Okay, so if you send the email to the settlement email, they're not going to send you a postcard. So let me take a look at what this is. Okay, this is the letter right there. Okay, notice of pendency of stockholder class action, proposed settlement hearing, and right to appear. Okay, notice of pending class action, notice of settlement.
Huh.
Okay, I get this.
You know what? That's different for him. A right to appear. For some reason, something tells me that normally Lou gets something more like a summons to appear. All right.
This is part two. What happens with the set? Okay, class actions. They usually have a postcard that goes out to notify you. That's our postcard that's out there, or you may have it. But then they, as a second piece of paper that goes outside, the postcard's usually to register yourself as part of the action. This letter is to inform you what is actually going. Yeah, I just went to page 2. Settlement class members, legal rights.
Was that below the belt? I don't know. I hope so.
Payment from the settlement class members do not need to submit a claim form. Okay, what this is like, even though this is not our lawsuit, but we're technically like sub plaintiffs because we're involved in it, so we don't have to file anything. If there's a settlement, then whatever, you're going to be receiving payment from the settlement going forward because of this. So this is just
payment in the form of
no danger. If you email that email address,
high value AMC shares.
AMC settlement objections at blbglaw.com. If you email them, they're saying that they're not going to send out a postcard to you because your name's going to be taken off the list. So we're good. There's no problem.
We're good.
This is a class action now. I mean, is it a class action? Technically, it is a class action. AMC, we're in court.
Okay. Okay, now we also have, an old favorite, an old fan favorite here.
What's going on, YouTube?
Look at this guy.
Here, unfortunately, I'm a little under the weather.
Uh-oh.
But I wanted to be a little proactive today and kind of get out of bed and at least talk.
That's good. It's good to get out of bed.
I've been looking towards YouTube for a very long time for information regarding probably the most popular stock ever talked about at this point, AMC. No, I don't own any shares at this present time.
Really?
That could change if I feel that AMC, presents.
So he's back out
in order to make money. But the purpose of these videos, it may be more than one, but we're going to start with this one, and it's going to be directed at anyone that owns AMC and constantly looks at YouTube for information regarding AMC. And this can include YouTubers if they want to comment on this video. And based on the comment,
oh, we will.
I'll answer more questions on future videos. But I want to kind of call this a heart-to-heart with anyone that owns AMC, like I said. And
we're going to speed them up.
YouTube every single day, and you're watching the same guys that you've been watching for a long time. Maybe you've added a couple here and there. And I just want to kind of first figure out on this video, what is the end game with AMC? Like, can you guys tell me in the comments, like, why is it that it has become so fanatical? Myself, I've many times stated.
I mean, it's been fanatical for 2 years, 30 months is what the figure that I was recently exposed to. Now, you're just now asking this? I mean, this is not retroactive DD. This is just non-existent critical thinking.
On videos that I don't even believe that there are as many people as it seems that watch, comment, about AMC. I personally think at this point it's a social media narrative.
Always has been.
I don't know if YouTube, the entity's in on it. I don't know if AMC pays for some sort of bottage, I'll call it, where maybe they pay an entity that can send out tons of AI bots, I like to call them, where they constantly, influence people or the real people that watch YouTube in comment sections on multiple channels on multiple.
There are real people on YouTube.
I'm trying to.
Yes, there are. They're all here on this channel.
Here these days, the stock market has spoken to everyone loud and clear. If you're watching YouTube and you're watching the stock market, you should know by now that the stock market's not going to allow anything to squeeze. I said this a year and a half ago. For anybody that's following my channel, and there are a good amount of you that have followed me from day one, you know that I've been saying this for a long time. They're not going to just allow a stock to run 10,000%. And I think you're doing yourself a disservice when you look at some other weird pumped up stock and saying, that stock did it like HKD, where that was kind of just like probably a pump and dump coming based out of China is what.
Oh, yeah?
Speculated with that.
Or what about looking at Berkshire Hathaway stock and saying something like, "Oh, because this stock is $486,000 per share, that proves that AMC could be 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 per share." Because we hear that too. And look at the trading volume on Berkshire Hathaway. Look at that. Steady increase. Interesting. Because we hear people say that too.
But other than that, an American company is not going to pump up thousands of percent in the stock market. They're just not going to allow it. The latest way I like to compare what's going on in the stock market with respects to shorting unlimitedly on a stock is kind of like if maybe when you were a kid and you bet somebody like on a...
But it's not unlimited.
You took the bet basically, and they were like, hey...
everybody talking about, predatory short sellers and all this garbage. When was the last time a meme stock, or any stock for that matter, had a short interest of over 100%? I mean, I can only think of one instance where that was the case. I mean, is the short interest over 100% right now? Has it been ever on any stock since January of 2021? Tony?
Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case.
Thank you.
$100 the Miami Heat are going to win, let's just say, and let's say you had the Celtics, right? And the Celtics won, and that guy owed you $100. And he calls you up on the next game. He says, hey, let's go double or nothing. And you win that game too. Now he owes you $200. Calls you a third time, says, you know what, let's double or nothing again, $400.
No.
He loses that one again. And he just keeps calling you and calling you and calling you and doubling the bet until...
That's not what's happening.
And you give up on it.
If that was what was happening, then you would see the short interest explode. The short interest would literally double, because you're not closing your old bet and you're adding to it. But that's not what's happening. That is not what has happened. That is not what's happening. And I'll pull up the latest Ortex guy, Ortex shill closing bell here, so we can look and see if the short interest is now 50%, and he's right. But the thing about short sellers is that they like profit. They like to take profit, because shorting is risky business. I mean, I think we all know at this point that the potential losses are unlimited. Now, realistically, are they on something like this? No, it's been a sure fucking thing over 2022. But now, it's unclear. But I'll get that data and we'll look at it here in a second. But I mean, the double or nothing, triple down, all that, it's not an accurate analogy. As far as I'm concerned, it's a faulty analogy. I appreciate that he tried to, put it into an analogy, but it's just, this one does not really work for me.
I feel like that's what's going on with the illegal naked shorting in the stock market. We really don't know the rules. No one is going to take...
Well, you really also don't know that there is naked short selling going on. You don't know that. And he even admitted that. He even admitted that there's no proof for the shit that they believe. John Wick Sniping did. He has admitted that explicitly, that there is no tangible proof that they are believing something that has not been proven or shown to be true. So this is interesting. Yet he doesn't own shares.
The lead in government or any other entity to really explain to us that what's going on is legal. Any explanations from the SEC have always been very vague.
Obviously, he hasn't been watching this channel, because we've been talking about that for 2 years. We've been talking about how every piece of data is misinterpreted mainly because of confirmation bias and just, speculative mania and inexperience, but mainly by just extreme bias that gets you to a point where you don't even believe that there is another angle that you need to look at. I mean, that's a dangerous place to be in, and they've been there the whole time. So what are you talking about? You need somebody to explain it to you like you're 5?
And you're playing a dangerous game when you don't know the rules of that game. So it brings us to this point. You know, what is the purpose of parking money in a stock that isn't going anywhere? It just isn't. You don't have the CEO on your side. You must have come to that conclusion by now that the CEO is not on your side. He's not interested in the short squeeze. He's only interested in using the short squeeze.
Good.
To continue to get people to buy stock.
He's not using. How is he using the short squeeze narrative?
Now I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, "Well,
have we ever heard Adam Aaron talk about that?" No. He's talked about defeating the short thesis by strengthening the company and ensuring that the company, you know, lives to see another day. That's not using the narrative. That's responding to shareholder concerns about something that they don't know shit about, and him responding with the appropriate response, not the response that somebody like Berta or the fucking overstock Patrick Byrne and Roger Hamilton and these clowns. You know, that's how you show yourself to be a fucking scammer, by the way. Which we don't have any respect for John Berta around here, or Hamilton, or Byrne. You know, how did Tesla beat the shorts? They delivered more fucking cars, right? Although Elon Musk did make some dumbass statements about short selling too. I'm not, you know, we have to be honest about that. I'm sure he understands shorting, but publicly he made some really, you know, typical type of uninformed comments because, you know, it makes sense as to why. That's to, you know, rally people and create a fervor and create buying and you know, interest. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't believe Elon Musk is not a stock manipulator because I think that he absolutely is. But that's not the focus of this stream or this channel. If I talked about everybody that was a piece of shit, we'd be here, you know, we'd be here until the future's open tomorrow. Anyway.
I'm not looking for a MOAS anymore. I'm looking just to get even. Okay, that's fair, and that's a little bit more realistic at this point, and I hope you get that. But please understand that after all this time, I guess we're, in 2 years now of hearing about AMC going to the moon. I mean, I know a lot of guys are not doing that anymore. We're all caught up in the court systems with what's going on there. But you have to understand that you've, and I was there with you, you know, this is coming from a guy that was just as fanatical at one point about it. I also went on YouTube to share that fanaticism regarding AMC. I was heavily invested. I think I had at most at one time $20,000 invested into AMC. I don't even play with $20,000 anymore in the market in general. So the point of what I'm trying to ask you is, why do you continue to just park your money? Is it just because it's dwindled down so far now in this AMC investment that really it's not useful in another stock? Because I can tell you every single day there's an opportunity to make money in the stock market. You just got to learn other strategies of trading, and you've got to be a lot less greedy. They're going to pump multiple stocks on a daily basis, where if you know how to chart to a certain standard, or as a lot of us do, they use your gut. You know, something drops far enough that has a lot of volume. Sometimes you jump in at the right time. If you feel like it's reached its lowest point, you jump in, you let it rise up a little bit, you grab some cash, and you get out. I'll be honest, I do that a lot.
So trading, right? Okay, you're gonna get some hate for that.
Over about maybe 6-7 scalps, SQL, SHPH, WLBS. I don't fully believe that there is really tools for us to have an edge in making money. I know a lot of people like to chart and draw their lines up and down and left and right and all that stuff. But my theory is that any information that is put in front of you for your eyes to see can be manipulated, can be false. So what are you really charting? What information do you really think you're finding out? And to add to that, I've seen people lose tons and tons of money in every direction the market allows you to trade. I've seen people try to short, lose tons of money. I've seen people play options thinking they've got that unlocked, lost tons of money. I've seen people buy shares thinking their stock's going to go up to the moon and rip thousands and thousands of percent, and I've seen them lose tons of money. The market has already yelled loud and clear, this is not a place for you to grow your money. This is a place to gamble if that's what you're interested in doing. And I'll be honest, on my channel, that's really what we're doing if we're being honest about it. Keeping with that honesty, I don't like to say that that's what
I mean,
I don't mind taking gambles. I am a poker player, and at this particular point in my life, I'm an actual poker dealer. So I've been on both sides of the table, just like I've been.
he's a poker dealer.
With investing in the market, YouTubing.
That'd be a kind of a cool job.
So forth. I've been a viewer, I've been an owner, I've been a YouTuber, I've been a non-owner, and just watching from a distance. And I can tell you that I've analyzed a lot of things over almost 2 years that I've been on YouTube. So I'm going to cut this video close to this point. I just want to do this as friendly and as mature
so
as possible.
what are we saying here?
There's a lot of people that get very excited to be able to, be.
I mean,
is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
Get to it.
Angry or whatever, but you know what? My skin has gotten so thick these days from YouTube and being a poker dealer, because unfortunately when gamblers lose, they want to blame somebody. So unfortunately,
when gamblers lose, they want to blame somebody. Boy, that is a fucking profound statement right there. When gamblers lose, they want to blame somebody. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, they do, don't they?
Table sometimes, and gamblers lose, they want to blame somebody. So unfortunately, I have to sit at a table sometimes and take live trolling from people that lose and think it's my fault, when I'm just dealing them the cards that are already stacked in a particular order and will always play out the way they're supposed to play out.
So yeah, wouldn't that be sort of analogous to blaming the market maker or the broker or the market itself? I lost money, so I'm going to blame the person that gave me the thing that I ended up losing money on. They're the ones who sold it to me. That's what they're doing with Citadel. I don't know.
But if we can get past all that nonsense and just have a real discussion, so that we can kind of find out what it is that we're actually doing, or what it is that you guys are actually doing, holding AMC for 2 years, possibly in the 20s, 30s, or above, and letting that all go to zero. You just want Adam Aaron and AMC just to take all your money, because it's kind of looking that way.
Well, AMC's not. Okay, that's the thing. AMC's not taking it. Let's be clear about this, and we've been over this a few times, but AMC, you didn't allow AMC to even take your money. I mean, that's the funny thing. You're saying take AMC, take your money. That would only be the case if they sold shares, which you would not allow them to do. So it's not even AMC taking the money. It's, traders. It's another trader. It's another bettor, another gambler. And, the person holding the bag at the end is the one that gets fucked. I mean, that's how Ponzi schemes work. That's how Ponzi schemes work. And that highlights the Ponzi aspect, in my opinion, of this shit.
It's going to go through. And when it does,
of these pump and dumps in this type of environment.
This is much higher. There's going to be tons and tons of people that are going
when things get detached from their fundamental value, bad shit happens.
Where you want to be? Did you really mean it when you said I'm either going to the moon or this money's going to zero? Because I can tell you that a lot of people pulled out.
No third option, baby.
Talking point. But let me know in the comments. I just want to do this maturely with you. We'll try to root out as much trolling and nonsense as possible. And based off of your comments, I'll do more videos going forward to see if we can kind of psychoanalyze this situation and why a lot of you got stuck mentally and parked money in a stock that's just gone nowhere but down. I've been screaming this for over a year and a half now.
Really? So let's see. Well, I've been screaming it for almost 2.
Else, at least it's to have a conversation. You're probably going to stick to your guns, whichever way that is. I'm probably going to stick to not owning AMC.
So is it safe to say that he's starting with the man in the mirror and he's asking him to change his ways? I don't think the message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. R.I.P. Michael.
Unless it's going to be possibly my first time shorting a stock, which I am definitely going to consider when the reverse split goes through. But I'm going to end the video now. Let's see what you guys have to say. Thank you very much for your time. John Wick Sniping is out.
People are stuck. I thought we had a fair market, lost 10K learning that wasn't true. Well, I can tell you right there that you didn't. I mean, I'm sure that you lost 10K, but you didn't lose it because the market's not fair. AMC was going to make me rich. I only enjoy hearing people talk bad about Adam Aaron now. He blew an opportunity no other company has ever seen. Huge army. Why do you need an army? Okay, we're not playing G.I. Joe here. And I agree there are not that many holding now like there was. I believe there were 10x or more people holding at the peak of this mess. I am thankful to be a part of it because it was a fun ride being a part of it and all the YouTube craziness, and it introduced me to the stock market. There it is. I believe I know so much more than my peers because of this. Well, there it isn't. Still here working my 2 jobs. Good. So that's why the employment data is so strong, because the apes still have to work. Okay. So he said, I thought we had a fair market, lost 10K, learning that wasn't true, right? Okay. So on one hand, we have that. On the other hand, we have it introduced me to the stock market. So no introduction to the stock market before, and you thought it was quote unquote fair, a fair market. A fair market means that your ass was allowed to participate. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that you always win. I mean, it does not mean that you always fucking win. But if you don't even know, if you have no introduction to the stock market, if you have no introduction to anything, if you've never driven a race car, if you've never driven an Indy car, and you say, "Oh, I could do that," I you go, I don't know, you go to a racetrack and you end up, I don't know, wrecking, flipping the car over, killing somebody else. Well, you know, no, you can't walk in to any situation, and because you've listened to YouTubers, you should be able to dominate it. That's just silly. That's just silly. Very silly. I'm tired of this shit too. Bought in $5,800 2 years ago, holding for $400 or $500 at 350 shares. Then I'm going to pay my house and car off. Then I'm out the market for good. Too much shit going on with the market, bro. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, they still think that they're going to pay off their house and car and then get out of the market for good? I mean, no. All right, what do we got here, Model 3 dude? Let's copy this link over, do this. Da, 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 da.
Okay, but I can't do anything.
Oh.
Stock price. I can't do anything about it. All that I can tell you is what it looks like. It's in a falling broadening wedge. It has an inverse head and shoulders. I can't fucking say anything else.
Oh, they didn't even get the best part.
Fucking what from me? Get off my dick!
Yeah. True, falling broadening wedge for 18 months. You got to love that. If there's one thing that I, would like for people to take away from this whole fucking debacle, it is that you can't just draw 2 lines like this and say that that's a wedge. This is a fucking downtrend. Okay? There are no signs None of the requirements for a wedge are here, except for the fact that it went down. I mean, the volume being this low at this point, I mean, that should be an indication right there. Should be. But I mean, and then you got people like Ant Straight, who, by the way, he's back again. So what does he say? Here we go. I mean, every one of this guy's videos are the same. I don't even know why. I'm trying to look at this. This one's from 2 days ago.
All right. Pretty brutal day today for AMC. I have a lot to talk about in this one, so I'm just going to get
But guess what?
We're going to start with SPY.
You know what? He's probably still bullish as fuck. And he's also bullish as fuck. He believes this fucking rally. SPY is bullish as fuck. Yada, yada, yada. Well, this is from 2 days ago. So maybe we need to go back to the this one. I was right. Look, it's bullish. I was right.
What's going on, guys? I have a lot to talk about in this video, so I'm just going to get right into it. Actually, before I do that, let me start off by saying I'm looking at this the most logical possible way that I can, and based off my TA, which I believe is solid.
We know that. We know you believe that.
Going forward, I have
nobody questioned your belief.
2 scenarios that I could see that are possible and that make any kind of sense, and both of them end with very extreme outcomes. And let's jump into it. And we're going to start with SPY, which is extremely bullish.
I knew it.
From the doji candle that we saw on Friday, we had a slight gap up and then just straight green from there. Jesus, it's going to do this again. Just straight green from there, and closed around the highs that we saw previously.
Yeah, you know why?
Change area.
I mean, how can you be this fucking oblivious? How can you be this fucking oblivious to what's happening right now? It's so super bullish. All right.
Looks very good. This is the macro picture that I've been showing, the diamond bottom on SPY, descending broadening wedge, the breakout retest.
Oh, there we are with another wedge.
The confirm of the retest and the bounce here. Day 42 in a row, closing over the 200 EMA and the golden cross on the daily, which is very bullish. SPY looks amazing. It looks really, really good. So, jumping into the micro on SPY, and you can look at this a couple different ways. I'm choosing to look at this as an ascending triangle for now, and that's
an ascending triangle.
Doing that. From this bottom here, around 348, SPY has done nothing, and this is back in November. So November 2022 until this Friday, SPY has been tearing to the upside, forming higher highs, higher lows. Very, very bullish price action here.
Oh my God!
You have this resistance here. I mentioned how this move is very symmetrical, and this 418 range here is a big deal for SPY, having rejected off of it multiple times here. One break above here, but you could probably argue that was going to happen anyway to reject off of the macro. But other than that, every other time you came up to this range, you pretty much rejected it. And then you have this very strong support on the downside. And on Friday, we actually broke above the 418 range again. Closed 420.60. Looks very, very good. Everyone knows my take on SPY. I have it going to new highs. It's very bullish. Mainstream media.
Jesus Christ.
It's complete nonsense. SPY is extremely bullish. There's nothing bearish about this chart. The next levels of resistance I'm going to be looking out for is 420.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing. That's the thing that this kid has not learned yet. The chart is not all. The chart is not everything. I mean, what about something like breadth? What about, advanced decline? Which stocks are leading this? What's the volume like? Well, I mean, that's more than I'm getting into now, but let's just say there's about 6 or 7 stocks, the mega market cap tech names, the AI Mania, that is pushing everything higher. And essentially, it's actually one stock pushing everything higher. And so, is that really a bullish scenario? Is that really such a great scenario? I think most people would say no if they knew it, but because all he's doing is looking at a fucking price chart and drawing silly lines, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. What about inflation data that we got last week? What about PCE? What about all of those metrics that are, guess what, not improving? Unemployment, not improving. I mean, improving if lower unemployment is improvement to you. But in order for inflation to come down, demand has to be destroyed. There has to be job losses. That decreases demand down the line. And we have to get this inflation down. The market tearing to new highs does not help with that goal. So what do you think is going to happen? I mean, yeah, the media is talking about a pause or a skip of the June. That would be a huge mistake. They need to go back to 50 basis point rate hikes, and we're going to see rates probably pushing 7%, in my opinion, or we should at least. They need to signal that they're serious about this. And even though the bond market may have gotten the message, the stock market hasn't, because they're a bunch of man children and idiots like this guy who just want things to go higher, and they'll come up with any reason to fool themselves into believing that this is real. I mean, that's all this is. It's a bear market rally. It is a rally based on vapor. It is a rally based on empty words from a CEO who probably, went a little too far in saying Nvda is going to do 11 billion next quarter. Not if the Fed has anything to say about it. Not if the Fed has anything to say about it. Okay, I can't watch this guy. I just can't. We know what he's going to say. He's going to have his fucking copy paste bullshit and talk about all this unrelated shit. Try to say that it's tracking perfectly. Tracking perfectly. There it is. There it is. Tracking perfectly. All right, I'm going to do like one more video. Oh, yeah. Oh. Maybe I lied. No. Let's see what Al says here. I heard he had a great show in court. I heard.
Good morning, Al from Boston. Let's kick it off.
Let's kick it off.
Guys, we have tried everything trying to convince these people, and I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. Okay,
these people.
This is the God's honest truth. This isn't made up. I'm going to show you the evidence. I'm going to show you the screen caps. This is what I think it's based off. Right. This is my thesis. The basis of this proposed settlement is predicated on
here we go.
Is an act of collusion to hedge further legal ramifications for AMC Entertainment Holdings. It is my belief that the Allegheny plaintiffs are complicit in this. The alarming speed, the lack of careful examination of the proceedings are the telltale signs.
Wait a minute.
Investors, there's something fishy's going on.
Now, wait a minute. Wasn't he one of these people, and I'll use his term, these people. Wasn't he one of these people who sang the praises of Vice Chancellor Zern? Wasn't he one of the people who said, yeah, if there's anything going on, she'll find it. I believe in her. Now, there's a lack of careful examination, the alarming speed. Okay. Or is it just that you got smacked down because your motion was absolutely fucking ridiculous? I hope he reads the response that he got to it. It's hilarious.
In my estimation, but the defendants and the plaintiffs
So,
false statements.
I mean,
made material omissions, maybe by accident, maybe deliberate.
So now both sides are corrupt. Both sides lied. I mean, this is fantastic. You didn't get your way, so little boy Al, well, they're both lying. They're both full of shit. Again, when at the end of the day, you can't even look in the mirror and admit that you need to consider the fact that you're fucking dead wrong about everything. They'll never do that. They'll literally sit here and say, oh, yeah, well, both the defendants and the plaintiffs, gave false statements. So, I mean, give me a break. What a clown. What a fucking Muppet.
I don't know. It is what it is.
You don't know shit.
I'll tell you one thing. Something definitely fishy is going on. Now, in the beginning of this trial, I sent an email to this guy, Nicholas A.P.E.S, who works for a guy named Mark Lebovich at BLBG. It's a 272-page document. It's about 8,000 hours of research that I've done on.
I could get behind that, Lynn.
It's my mouth.
15%.
From Kenny to the SEC.
That'll smack these man children down. Maybe.
Right? Now, I
hopefully.
sent that to these people. Would you believe that they haven't used it? Not one of it, except for the
sadly,
next thing, which they didn't even.
Powell is too big of a pussy. It'll never happen, unfortunately, I don't think. Powell is a total fucking pussy. He has no spine. I mean, really, all of the Federal Reserve members, they'd rather sit there and say that things are getting better and da-da-da-da and give the market wrong signals than actually address the problem. It's absurd. And if we really had, the fabulous, amazing system that we all want to believe, or, a lot of people want to believe that we do have, these things would be red flags, and there would be changes made, either in terms of personnel, who it is, or in terms of, institutionally and how the system operates. But instead, we have the same fucking debate every year about the stupid debt ceiling and all this FUD and fear-mongering about, oh, we're going to default. Oh, we're going to default. Setting up the market to blast even higher when they come up with a deal, because they always do, and they will. And they said they will, and they will, and they always have. So they can pump the fucking stock market even more, which just prolongs inflation even more. It is such a stupid fucking feedback loop that we're caught in. It is by design. I think it's a total scam. The last year and change of trading has been nothing but garbage trading, Wall Street trading, Wall Street sucking money out of everybody else. And it didn't even do any good because fucking inflation isn't even any lower. So we basically lost a year. We lost a year and untold sums of money because the Federal Reserve is working for Wall Street. I mean, essentially, that's what I believe. I mean, it's a fucking joke. Really, at the end of the day, it's a joke. You can't take this shit seriously, because if they were serious about doing anything, why would we still be talking about 25 basis point hikes after a year of inflation being sticky? And yeah, it's down from 9% or whatever it was, but 5% is not fucking sustainable. If we were serious about it, we wouldn't be worried about the precious little stock market. And why are we anyway? The NASDAQ's up 30% from the beginning of the year. Where is fucking Paul Volcker when we need him? Where is Volcker when we need his ass? Yeah, I mean, it's a garbage system. It doesn't help that the people that are in it fucking ridiculously stupid, idiotic, or at least they don't pretend, they don't act, they're terrible actors. Anyway, bad actors,
Even bother
as
pursuing.
Donnie would say.
They're all in on it. I'm telling you right now, they're all in on it.
Wow, I got to be careful. I'm going to start sounding like him.
You won't convince me otherwise. Let me show you why, right? When they agreed to the settlement, right? The first thing I noticed was the false narratives. Like AMC defendants and the Allegheny plaintiffs claimed that the debt was completely like COVID related. This is factually inaccurate. Both parties emitted financial statements for the very good reasons. They didn't bother looking at the books. They didn't want to see the books.
They didn't bother.
The reason why we're in debt is because
oh, so now you want to talk about facts. Okay. I mean, a lot of it is COVID related. A lot of it is.
But
not all of it.
Nordic Group, Carmike, ArcLight. This is more or less $10 billion worth of debt that we accumulated since fiscal year 2016, right? But then, you know, like I said, it just kept growing. We kept adding more cinemas, even though we were in worse debt, right? He just kept adding on the debt. This is where the false narrative starts. It excuses Adam.
Oh God.
Poor leadership, as well as being alleged. What else is being alleged by AMC shareholders? He needs this considerable debt. He needs the stock to go down.
What?
He wasn't taking any. He wasn't entertaining any of the calls for you know, hey, we need to look at this, the stock manipulation. That's why he was ignoring all of us.
No, I think that's not accurate. Because that's not what companies' CEOs do. Especially companies that like want to stay on the stock exchange. They do what they have to do to improve the fundamentals, and if that includes like a reverse split to raise the stock price so they can meet eligibility, then that's what they do.
He actually needed the stock.
Classic Al.
Down. Why? So he could create revenue for himself. This is a fact. Every company he has worked.
Okay, where's the proof? Let's see the proof. It's a fact, okay?
That, right?
All right, let's see it.
Consider the following. By the way, if the plaintiffs actually did 3,000 hours of research as indicated on their fee structure, there's no way they could have missed this. It was literally in the art. It wasn't even like hard to find. It was literally right there. $5 billion worth of debt as of 2017. Like, do you think we're stupid? Do you think our eyes are painted on? Like, they're just lying through their fucking teeth, guys. I'm telling you right now. This guy is loyal to one person, himself and the executives and Citi. Let me show you why, right? Aaron is a strategic thinker. He's 5 steps ahead of everybody. We know that. He loves to brag on Twitter, blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. Over the course of his 40-year career, he's built a relationship with everybody. B. Riley, Citigroup, Morgan, Citadel probably, fucking Gary. These are, in banking, these are all things, these relationships are all incentivized. You get paid to be a friend, right? You keep your mouth shut, right? You pay your fee, you get paid a beautiful fat fee, and you just continue to do work. Like, just do what we ask.
Wow.
That's what's going on. That's basically it. This is Aaron's little circle of trust. All right. And
this garbage again.
This out there. I went through Allegheny's books. Okay, take a look at this. March 30th.
I don't care. I mean, there's no way I'm watching this whole fucking thing. I mean, look, he found tangential relationships. Private equity. Uh-huh. All these people, yeah. Citigroup. World Leisure Partners. Mudrick. He's a handsome guy, isn't he? Where is he? There he is. Jason Mudrick. Wyckoff Mining. Fictitious business records. Oh, great. God damn it. Insider trading policy.
This guy doesn't give a fuck about us. And he had very good reasons to not to investigate. He needed the price to go down for himself and his sons and his friends at Citigroup and the other hedge funds. So no else, anyone else that
Yeah, it's coming, Model 3 dude. It is coming.
Plus, just believe that he was loaning out his. I think a lot of us believe it too, because it's been brought up multiple times that that he was loaning out his own shares so others could short with it, other funds, like in his own personal account. It's believed that he provided FTX with
Oh my God.
shares of common through an unrecorded transaction. AMC Common was created, minted,
Like,
privately used.
it is believed, like, okay, you're talking about proof here. You're talking about facts. None of this is fact. None of this is fact. It is believed that he provided FTX with 400 million. He said that they didn't do that. There's no evidence that they did, that they did. And they're still talking about the FTX thing. Oh my God. I do want to end with something upbeat. This is my idea of upbeat. All right. Frankie, or Lou by way of Frankie.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Frankie. Let me say I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say in this video is for entertainment.
Pretty sad when you prefer this clown over the other clown.
Whatever I say in this video is my opinion. It may not necessarily be factual. Don't buy, sell, or hold a stock because of anything that I say in this video. Do your own DD. So, man, it's the last day of school. We bought the kids some pizza. Finna go outside and play. Then it's going to be a wrap. I get a chance to at least rest from this job for at least 2 months. So everything is good. But check this out. I just got through listening to Lou versus Wall Street video. It's only 2 minutes. But I'm going to play the video because I think it's impactful.
And we got a new setting here for Frankie. I haven't seen this angle before.
Short squeeze play and what we got going on with the yes voters. And see, look, you're going to see why the yes voters, why they hate the no voters so much. See, it's all about the arbitrage play. And see, the longer, man, this play is prolonged by us, you know, or the longer it's prolonged by
you.
See, it's hurting them financially. It's keeping them from accomplishing their financial goals. See, that's why they mad. You see what I'm saying? See, the yes voters, they need the reverse stock split just as bad as Adam Aaron and the short sellers.
No, AMC needs the reverse split so that they don't get fucking delisted from the exchange. Because then your money has gone bye-bye forever. Like officially. It's gone bye-bye forever. You know, unofficially so far. I mean, look at that grin. Oh, he figured it out. He's so smart.
They need the reverse stock split just as bad as Adam Aaron and the short sellers need it. They need it bad.
Why did they
get upset when we be talking?
That makes no sense. None. Short sellers don't need a reverse stock split. It doesn't change anything. It changes nothing about the situation. Oh, now you owe them a $10 bill instead of 2 5s or 10 singles. That's no different. No different.
And see, look, they don't care nothing about the MOAs. They not on our side, man. They really not apes. You see what I'm saying? Look.
And they shouldn't be.
When we come on YouTube or when we go on Twitter and we start talking about them, we start exposing them, that's why they get upset with us. But see, just like they feel like when we say something, we messing with their money, we feel the same way about them. They messing with our money. But the difference is our play was here first. So I don't care nothing about none of them, man. I don't care about how they feel. I don't care about how they feel. Because see, here's the reality. They didn't want everybody to know, but it's out there. They not apes, man. They not on our side. Really, they not on our side. What they really are, man, they Moaz killers, in my opinion. Just like they puppet master Adam Aaron. They Moaz killers. They were just trying to get over on everybody. They didn't want everybody to know that they Moaz killers. See, that's what it's all about. I'm gonna let you hear it, man, what it ain't but 2 minutes. It's real.
What's going on, everybody? All right, I'm reviewing the article just like I said I would. I already went and took a shower. I got the sleepy EPs out of my eyes, and that's it. I'm done. So, all right, the AMC tug of war, how to profit from it. I told you this several months ago, but I guess that people only listen to mainstream type media. So here you go. I'm going to repeat the same thing. Arbitrage traders betting on the spread between AMC Entertainment common and preferred shares have not had much luck so far. Here's why. All right, now I'm going to go to the whole thing. It says the AMC arbitrage trade seeks to capitalize on price difference between the common shares and the preferred equity units, the gap. Delay in the conversion of APE into AMC shares has stymied the arbitrage traders by wielding a price spread between both equities, the spread because of the court case. When the conversion of APE units eventually occurs, the winners will be the arbitrage traders who had enough margin to maintain their expensive short positions in AMC common stock. So at the end of the day, the shorters holding AMC, when this thing goes reverse split, they're the ones that are going to win out because they're going to convert over and cover their shorts. Remember, I said this a long time ago. I said APE is not the one that creates the MOAS. APE is the one that kills the MOAS when the reverse split happens. So there's proof right there. Somebody else saying it.
I mean, maybe he did say that.
Any short on the other side is loaded up on.
Maybe he did say that, but he said a lot of other shit too.
They're going to win. They're going to kill the MOAS and everything else like that. But remember, if you're holding APE during that time, you'll have a run up as well.
I mean, in my mind, this is all a smoke screen. None of this shit matters. Doesn't change anything.
To afford rent, gas, groceries, and bills.
So
what the hell?
So really, what you get?
What was that?
You got the MOAS.
An ad?
Versus the retail. You got the apes, which we want the MOAS versus the retail investors that's engaged in the ape arbitrage play. That's what you get, because they ain't no apes no more. If you ask me, they sellouts. They done sold out.
Oh, they're not part of the cult anymore.
Versus
that's sad. That's too bad.
Investors that turn their back on the play, but they just didn't want to come out and tell everybody that they sold out for another play, because that's what it's all about.
Because they're pussies.
Behind people back. But see, that's the reason why when we do our videos, when we go on Twitter, that's why they get up.
God damn, I bet he can fucking hold his own in a beauty shop with some gossip. What do you think? Jesus Christ, this guy's got a mouth on him.
You see what I'm saying? So, man, they'll do anything. They'll lie. They'll cheat.
Barber shop, beauty shop, whatever.
It take to make sure that their ape arbitrage
nail salon
becomes successful. They don't care. See, that's why they was trying to make us
sewing club
quiet. Stop coming on Twitter and stop doing videos. They thought that they was going to be able to intimidate us, but it didn't work. Thank you for taking time out to watch.
No,
have a nice day.
Nobody fucking cares that much. All right, here's the short interest data too, by the way, that I said I would show, and it's actually absolutely fascinating what's happening here. Look, okay. Well, it's still a short score of 89, which I love this, because why is it a short score of 89 if so the short interest, they've got it at 21.15 with 109 million shares short. Cost to borrow 68%, minimum is 8%. Boy, that's really bleeding them dry. But look down here. From April 28th to May 15th, the short interest dropped basically 6%. 30 million shares were covered between April 28th and May 15th. April 28th. Oops, wrong one. April 28th, May 15th. So in this period here, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is what short covering can result in. And we see this how many times? We see that how many fucking times? But here's some data, here's some proof. Okay? Here's some actual data that correlates. Oops. May 24th. Shit. Yeah, settlement dates. That's what I want. April 28th to May 15th, short interest dropped by 30 million shares. during that period, and this is what's so interesting about it, the price basically was flat. Oh yeah, you have this pump and dump. You got to get people excited about it. Pump and dump, and then dump some more. So I mean, what is the chart saying here? And on this daily chart, well, momentum is in the shitter. Momentum is absolutely pathetic on this thing. And, you know, AMC did not participate in the AI Mania rally. They didn't participate. They sat that one out. I mean, I don't think there was any resonance whatsoever. I don't see how there could have been. Let's see. Nvda is in orange. Yeah, not really. Not really. So everybody sold their AMC so they could buy Nvda, I guess. I don't know. That's the only conclusion I can come to. But you know what? Maybe they fixed the glitch or something. But this reminds me of something my Jewish friends in LA.
My Jewish friends in LA used to say, a man who has to hope is already in trouble. And that's why we don't hope. We know, we scope.
If you have to hope, you've already lost. All right, here we go. Let's see. Futures tomorrow? I think so. Even though the market's closed on Monday. We have Memorial Day. And so I'll double check that and verify that. But we'll probably be here tomorrow for actually, I'm looking at it right now. Yep. Yep. So we got 5 o'clock. Well, that's Central Time. So where I look at this stuff is just in case anybody's curious here. Let me pull it up. On the CME, Chicago Mercantile. And we can look at the trading hours schedules. So, like for example, the E-mini S&P 500 futures. It says Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sunday, 1700, 5 o'clock open. That's Central Time. Monday, Tuesday. So yes, we have a 6 o'clock Eastern futures open tomorrow, which means we'll be here for that. So hope to see everybody then. Until then, yeah, enjoy the weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow. Now, I'm going to end with this. So check this out. And I found this. I like this. I've always liked this poem, but it's Harvey Keitel reading it. And check out the context, though. What this thing is, you'll see at the very end, or maybe at the beginning, what context it's being presented in. But it's also a great poem. See y'all tomorrow.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs, I'm blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thought your aim, If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
UBS Bank commercial. I love it. I love it. See you tomorrow. Have a good night.